A very pleasant good afternoon, everyone. RVA Sports Network live coverage of the Class 6 state football semifinal between Manchester and Ocean Lakes will begin in 6 minutes. 6 minutes to air here live on our YouTube channel. RVA Sports Network's live coverage of the Class 6 state football semifinal between Ocean Lakes and Manchester will begin in 5 minutes. 5 minutes away from pregame here on our YouTube channel. RVA Sports Network live coverage of the 2018 Class 6 state football semifinal between Manchester and Ocean Lakes. Pregame begins in 4 minutes. We are 4 minutes away from pregame live here in Virginia Beach. Today's live coverage of the Class 6 state football semifinal is brought to you by Titan Auto and Tire, with 2 convenient locations in Chesterfield, South Chesterfield, and Mosley. Visit TitanAutoTire.com. That's TitanAutoTire.com. RVA Sports Network pregame show begins in 3 minutes. RVA Sports Network live coverage of the Class 6 state football semifinal, Manchester and Ocean Lakes, presented by Titan Auto and Tire, begins in 2 minutes. Pregame begins in 2 minutes live from Virginia Beach. RVA Sports Network live coverage of the Class 6 state football semifinal between Manchester and Ocean Lakes, presented by Titan Auto and Tire, will begin in 1 minute. 1 minute to the pregame here live on our YouTube channel. A very pleasant good afternoon, fans, and we greet you from the Virginia Beach Sportsplex on an overcast, bit breezy, but drier day than we've experienced up in Richmond earlier this morning as we get set for the 2018 Class 6 state football semifinal between 13-0 Ocean Lakes and 13-0 Manchester. For the Lancers, it's been a journey years in the making, with two roadblocks in 2016 and 2017 in the form of Colonial Forge, stopping them in the regional finals and at the state quarterfinal level. Well, last weekend, Manchester finally vanquished that and slayed the Dragon 21-7 to make the state semifinals for the first time in school history and in this, the 20th season for head coach Tom Hall. It's a very similar situation for Ocean Lakes, who has seen state championship play in both 2012 and 2015. But the last two seasons, it's been Oscar Smith that got in their way. Last week, by the exact same score of 21-7, it was the Dolphins getting the victory, and they return to the state semifinals. In Class 6, the last three state championship games have consisted of Oscar Smith and Westfield. Westfield is still alive. There will be a new participant out of Regions A and B as the A champion Dolphins get set to take on the B champion Lancers. Rob Witham along with you live from Virginia Beach Sportsplex. So happy to be with you on this Saturday afternoon. Glad to make the trip for you and bring you all the action here live on the RVA Sports Network. And it's presented by Titan Auto and Tire, with two convenient locations in Chesterfield to serve you. Titan Auto and Tire fixes everything, whether it's a hybrid all the way to a Hummer. They've got you covered, and they're Chesterfield's first choice for both hybrid and electric car repair. You can trust the technicians at Titan Auto and Tire to know your car inside out, and from dash lights to tires and so much more, they fix it all. Two great locations for Titan Auto and Tire. You can see them online at TitanAutoTire.com. That's TitanAutoTire.com. South Chesterfield location south of Chester. Their phone number 524-9115. That's 524-9115. And their Mosley location down in Western Chesterfield. You can call them at 739-9323. That's 739-9323. And if you woke up this morning and realized it's December 1st and that there's a 12 on your front windshield, Titan Auto and Tire can take care of that, too. We thank them very much for being the presenting sponsor of this afternoon's DHSL Class 6 state semifinal between the Lancers and the Dolphins. Well, the journey for Manchester in 2018, as we have talked about all season long, with our coverage of Manchester, throughout our coverage of high school football, game of the week, on the Sidelines Wednesday playbook, and on the Sidelines Extra on Facebook Live with Mark Davis and our friends at NBC 12. We've had an eye on Manchester all year long, and they would have been the number one team in our NBC 12 RVA Sports Network Big 12 high school football poll, likely all season long, if it wasn't for the fact that they happen to play in the same calendar year where Highland Springs is bringing back most of their team from a team who won their third consecutive Class 5 state championship last year, and later this afternoon will face off against Maury at Varina High School. That's a 2 p.m. kick for an opportunity to return down this way to Hampton next Saturday and try to successfully defend that Class 5 state title. It was Highland Springs 1, Manchester 2 in our preseason poll, and they never budged as both went undefeated. You know the story of Highland Springs. They have won 3 straight state titles, but they've never gone 15-0. They've always won with a record of 14-1. 2 years losing opening night to Hermitage, 1 year getting tripped up in an upset by Meadowbrook. So they've never gone unbeaten and won the title. They look to take one giant step to the final hurdle coming up later this afternoon. And again, if you missed the late venue change, Highland Springs will be playing on their arch rivals field this afternoon, the beautiful new synthetic turf field there at Varina High School. Maury, Highland Springs, a 2 p.m. kick. And our friends Gary and Gary are handling that on the radio. You'll be able to listen to that on News Radio 1140 WRVA beginning kickoff at 2 p.m. So once we're done here from Virginia Beach, you can roll right over there and check out the Springers. For Manchester, it's been a situation this year where a lot of times Mark Davis and I talked about, will they be tested? Will they be in a situation to where, you know, the game is on the line, maybe even the season is on the line, and they'll have the experience to push through. We know they have tons of experience in terms of seniors and leadership, 36 seniors on this very full Manchester squad. But again, what was their test going to be? Week 3, they take on a Monacan team ranked all season long, made it to the second round in Region 4B, and they beat them 62-9 in that Wednesday night game, moved up because of Hurricane Florence back in mid-September. They did not allow more than 10 points in a game until they got to game 8, and that was against Clover Hill, and some of that was garbage points once the game was well in hand, 51-21. The final score there. And their other big test would be LC Bird, and they handled that the week before Clover Hill with no problem. 55-7 was the final there. They registered 5 shutouts in the regular season. Then they shut out James River to open up the postseason. Perhaps their most impressive wins so far this season from the local standpoint is when they took on Thomas Dale in the second round in the Region 6B semifinals and rolled over them. They were up 35-0 at the half and won 48-7 against a Knights team that has one of the better defenses in the area, but they could not stop Brendan Clark and company. And then it was the trip to Stafford last week to try to finally get a win over Colonial Forge and make it past that level, that third level of the postseason. And that they did with the 21-7 victory. But that victory belonged to the Manchester defense, who saw Colonial Forge in the in the first half, get not once but twice to the Manchester 1-yard line, and on both occasions, Manchester was able to keep them not only out of the end zone, but completely off the scoreboard. No 7s, no 3s. Then the offense was able to get enough points on the board. Defense, Hakeem Beeman and company finishing the job. 21-7 the final, and Manchester finds themselves in a position where they've never been before. State semifinals and a victory away to play in their first ever state. The experience of going all the way to that final game and looks to return there for at least the third time in this decade. With 3 shutouts in their first 4 games during the regular season, they added 2 more late. In the postseason, they defeated Kellam 34-18 in the first round, Cox 39-28 in the regional semis, and again, they finally slayed their dragon, and that being in the form of Oscar Smith last week. 21-7 the final score in that game. That eliminated Oscar Smith from championship contention before the final game for the first time in several years, and puts the Dolphins at 13-0. And in a very similar situation with Manchester. Both teams looking at teams that had tripped them up in the past couple of years, teams now that have been eliminated, and now they face off against each other here, the winner. To next Saturday's Class 6 state championship, the schedule at Armstrong Stadium on the campus of Hampton University is where the Class 5 and 6 state championships will be for the 3rd consecutive year. It'll be Class 5 at 12 noon and Class 6 at 4:30. So if Manchester wins today, the Lancers will play the winner of Westfield and Freedom Woodbridge. They play later this afternoon. And the winners of that game and our game will face off next Saturday, 4:30, Armstrong Stadium, Hampton University campus. Teams are now being introduced. They have not come out onto the field yet. Captains for Manchester are here. The teams will come out momentarily. We'll have our national anthem shortly, and we'll kick off here in just a couple of minutes. For Manchester, it all begins with Brendan Clark. The quarterback, who had a breakout junior year a year ago, got noticed by some significant scouts, got chosen to go out and compete in the Elite 11 competition, which no doubt you have seen on television, on ESPN and the NFL Network. His stock rose significantly. And because of all of that, Brendan decommitted from Wake Forest, reopened his commitment, had Clemson, North Carolina, and Notre Dame on his radar, and on the 4th of July, made the verbal commitment to the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. He has had a fantastic season, but he's also only had a couple of situations in which the team has been seriously tested. And so again, having that Colonial Forge game under their belt now this afternoon is going to help them tremendously. They didn't have anything like that going into last week's game on the road against the Eagles. And again, if they're going to make the state championship, they got to do it again on the road, and this time against another unbeaten team in Ocean Lakes. Both teams won their regional finals 21-7 last week. Also coming up top of the hour, Goochland is in Augusta County. The Bulldogs in the Class 2 state semifinal. First-year head coach Alex Fruth joined us live on ESPN Richmond on Friday morning to talk about the state semifinal. Great conversation with him. And the Bulldogs in East Rockingham get set to kick off momentarily as well. And at 1:30 down in Class 1, it's going to be Essex and Riverheads. Essex putting on a late charge in the regular season. They got the number 4 seed, and then they were able to win their first-round game. The 1 seed in their region got knocked out by upset in the 8-1 game. And so it made the path a little bit easier for Essex to get through and then win their regional championship last week. But now they've got a juggernaut and undefeated Riverheads standing in front of them this afternoon. That one is scheduled to kick off at 1:30. Manchester, most of the team has come out near the handmade banner that they have. The cheerleaders are holding it up that says December 1, 2018, the year the Dolphins went extinct. We'll see if that's the case coming up very shortly. Now it's time for our national anthem here in Virginia Beach. National anthem complete, and we are getting set for the coin toss. The teams are going to come out on the field, and it'll be time for the Class 6 state semifinal here live on the RVA Sports Network. We are so happy that you are joining us, and we've been able to make the trip down to Virginia Beach to bring you all the action here live on our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining us, and again, a big thank you to our friends at Titan Auto and Tire for sponsoring our coverage this afternoon of Manchester and Ocean Lakes. 2 locations, South Chesterfield on Jeff Davis Highway and in Mosley. Check them out at TitanAutoTire.com, TitanAutoTire.com. And here come the Lancers of Manchester, who will have the near sideline below us. I will tell you, fans, all the games that we have broadcast here this season, Game of the Week, high school football, Randolph-Macon college football, which ended last week up in Allentown, Pennsylvania, with their loss in the second round of the NCAA Division III tournament. I don't think we've been as far high in the sky and as far away from the field as we are here today at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. It's going to be pretty easy to check out Lancers uniform numbers. They have bright white uniforms and very sparkling black numbers. That's no problem. The Dolphins will be blue with yellow. And if the font between the 5, the 6, the 8, and the 9 aren't so bad, we should be able to help you out and let you know who makes the tackle and who's got the football. Good part of the afternoon. Here come the captains, 4 for each team. We'll have the coin toss here in a second, and get ready to go. This is rarefied air for Manchester High School football. They have never been in state semifinal or state championship play. They've broken one barrier by taking the field here this afternoon, and they look to break another barrier with a win and a return trip down I-64. Next week, championship game in Class 6, the second half of the doubleheader in Hampton. In case you're wondering, Class 3 and 4, they've moved back to Liberty University this year after 2 years at the College of William and Mary. So Class 3 and Class 4 champions will be crowned in Lynchburg next Saturday. And Class 1 and 2, we mentioned Goochland and 2 and Essex and 1. If they get wins today, they would play at Salem Football Stadium, which for many, many years hosted the Division III National Championship game. And that is the site of the Class 1 and the Class 2 state finals also next Saturday. Now, I don't know if you've heard it. We have certainly heard it and are keeping our eyes on weather that might affect next weekend. There's already talk about the possibility of a system that might come in at the same time as some significant cold weather. We all remember last year the surprise snow on a Friday, which made us have to push the state championships back a day. We played on Sunday rather than Saturday. And we're hoping we don't have a repeat. That's why we're keeping our eyes on our friends Jim Duncan and the NBC 12 First Alert Weather Team to keep you posted on what's going on should something brew next weekend. They'll have their eyes on it and keep you posted. And if you're not like me, you've got the NBC 12 weather app. I was just checking it here before we hit the air this afternoon to see what things were like back in Richmond and what to expect when we get back there later tonight. Coin toss is complete, and we'll get the signal in a moment. Usually when they take a look at one team first after the coin toss, they're the ones who win it. Here's the official. Ocean Lakes wins the toss, and they will receive. And we're ready for the state semifinal. So Brendan Clark and company will have to hang on a few minutes to get their first shot. And Ocean Lakes will get the football to start the state semifinal, led by quarterback Xander Jedlick. We will call his name quite a bit this afternoon. We will also call the name Eli Snowden quite a bit this afternoon, too. He is their leading ball carrier. And Jedlick, dual threat. Brendan Clark is more of a passing threat, but can run and has shown that ability throughout the last 2 seasons. Jedlick certainly a run and a pass option. Sun's trying to break out here at Virginia Beach Sportsplex. Temperatures down here, mid-50s, upper 50s could be before this game is complete. Temperature staying in the 40s all day back home in the RVA. Thanks, everybody, for joining us here live on the RVA Sports Network. Jake Lero will tee it up at the 40. Manchester's going to move left to right across your PC, tablet, phone, or mobile device. And Ocean Lakes with 2 back deep at about their 10-yard line. They've never played at this level before, but they are about to now. Manchester will kick to Ocean Lakes, in the 2018 Class 6 state football semifinal is underway from Virginia Beach. Kick will be taken at the 5-yard line. Trying to find a wedge left side. Got a flag. 15, 20, 30, and down to the 39-yard line. And this one will come back. A pair of flags at about the 20-yard line. And we'll get either a hold or a block in the back, and that'll put the Dolphins deep in their own territory to start off the state semifinal. And the mark off against Ocean Lakes. And we'll see where they will start their opening possession of the afternoon here at the beautiful Virginia Beach Sportsplex. Football is going to be put just inside the 10-yard line. Waiting for the official to officially put the football down, and he will right at the 10. And that's where Jedlick and company will take it, first down and 10. From their 10 off the penalty from the kickoff. First play, fake to Snowden, wanting to throw out of the end zone, complete, looking for a block, gets to the 14-yard line. That'll be a gain of 4 yards on the first throw of the afternoon. And that's Tank Land, their wide receiver, number 1 with the reception. Gain of 4. It'll be second down. Almost 5 yards, actually. Looked like knee down at the 14. They're going to get him close to the 15. On second down, trying to draw the defensive end offside and almost did. Jedlick steps back. He's got Snowden to his right. Handoff to Eli. Tripped up at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for 2 to the 17, and it will make it a third down and 3. Will Pritchard, who, of course, heading to Virginia Tech and sees tons of time in the offensive line, he'll come in on the third down play and take the nose guard position. Anthony Gary on the right-hand side. Now a little bit of switching as Hakeem Beeman, Region 6B Defensive Player of the Year, will hit the middle. Put Pritchard on the edge. 3rd and 3, and we get a penalty marker. I think this might be encroachment against Manchester. Let's see if there was a flinch before. And they're going to mark it off against Ocean Lakes, and it'll be false start against the Dolphins. So they could have started this drive near the 40. They got pushed back to their 10 due to the penalty on the kickoff return. Now a 5-yard mark-off makes a 3rd and 3, 3rd down and 8 from the 12. Jedlick barking out the instructions. Snowden to his left. 3 wide receivers here to the near side. 3rd and 8. Back to pass. Looking for a screen. Got Snowden complete. He's got 1 blocker, and he reaches the 20, and that's just enough for an Ocean Lakes first down. They'll put him forward progress to the 21. 1st and 10 Dolphins, and their first third down conversion of the afternoon. Clock coming up on 10 minutes to go, first quarter. And a fresh set of downs for Ocean Lakes at their 20. First down and 10. Now 3 wide receivers to the far side. And Snowden to the left of Jedlick on first down. Quick pass immediately at the 20, down the far right side, looking for a block. Got it up the sideline, got to the midfield point, down the 40, down to the 30, and finally knocked out of bounds by the free safety, Keatrell Clark. That is a huge play of 49 yards. And that looked like Miles Austin on the reception. Just a quick pass, and he had the blockers, and he got around the corner. They held on the seam, and Ocean Lakes is in business. 1st and 10 at the Manchester 30. Fake the handoff. Jedlick will go up the middle, and we have a penalty marker on the field. Jedlick was going to go into the end zone untouched. And do we have a timeout or a penalty marker? Clock stops with 9:37 to go. Timeout taken by Manchester. So the Lancers decide to talk it over, and for good reason. They had them 3rd and 8. And the screen to Snowden got just enough for the first down, and then the quick pass far side to Alston had a fantastic block to cut that corner. He didn't have to do much but just simply run. Find the corner and run. And Clark saves the touchdown from the center field position. 49 yards on the reception. And all 49 yards were after the catch. And it's first down at the 30 of Manchester with 9:37 to go in the first quarter. So Manchester with 2 timeouts left here in the first half. This is the Dolphins' opening drive. And they'll send 2 to both sides on 1st and 10 out of the Manchester timeout from the Lancer 30-yard line. Jedlick to Snowden. Held up behind the line of scrimmage, and he'll be brought down for no gain. It'll be second down. Big 77 Christian Williams, 5'10", 285 junior in there. He's handling the nose guard position. No gain. 2nd and 10 at the Manchester 30. 9:10 to go. First quarter, no score. Opening drive of the game. Jedlick throwing over the middle. Got his man complete inside the 15. Spins to the 10. And it'll be first down near the 10-yard line. Hamilton on that reception. And they'll put the football down at the 12 officially. So that's a gain of 18. This drive started at the 10-yard line, and Jedlick has thrown for 81 yards on the drive. They're now at the Manchester 12, 1st and 10. They'll bring a man in motion. Handoff, left side, plenty of room across the 10 near the 8-yard line. Snowden goes off left tackle and gains about 4 to make it second down and 6. Ocean Lakes right now, very impressive off the line of scrimmage, very quick, very crisp in running their offense. And the Lancers are just a step too slow right now on this opening possession. No score, 8:25 to go, quarter one. Second down from the 8, Jedlick looking. Now here comes the pressure, and he goes down back at the 22-yard line. Demetrius Tyler with the sack and a loss of 14 yards. A huge defensive play where we had just mentioned before the play began how the Lancers were struggling defensively on this opening drive, and Demetrius Tyler makes it now 3rd down and 18 at the Manchester 20. They'll put him officially down as a loss of 12. 7:47 to go, first quarter. They can get a 1st and goal near the 2-yard line. Here comes the pressure. Jedlick looking. Got an outlet man. Complete at the 20. Broken tackle at the 15. Held up at the 14 and gang tackled there. So it will be a gain of about 5. And it'll bring up an interesting 4th down decision, as that was Tank Land on the reception. He spun off a 1 tackle and then absorbed a bunch of hits. So Jedlick, 5 of 5 for 86 yards on the drive, but the sack forces a field goal attempt. Ball placed at the 22. It's a 32-yard attempt from the right hash. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Sean Hamilton from 32 yards. And that makes it 3-0 with 6:50 to go in the first quarter. You've got to consider that kind of a partial victory, though, for Manchester. Remember, they had to call that timeout. Jedlick was walking into the end zone, but they got the timeout before the play went official. And then the big sack, the biggest play of the drive defensively from Demetrius Tyler. Holds them to 3. So 3-0, and Brendan Clark and company are about to get the football for the first time here this afternoon, but already almost half of the first quarter in the books. One way to keep Manchester from revving up that high-powered offense is to keep them on the sideline. Lancers have 2 men back deep. Ball teed up at the 40. And Hamilton will send out his crew of 5 to one side and 5 to the other. Got to even it out. And here comes the kick, but before it goes off, we have a penalty marker or a timeout. We've got a marker. Officials asked for time and then threw the late flag. It'll be false start against Ocean Lakes. So they overcame the penalty on the kickoff return, which would have started the drive at the 39. Instead, they started at their own 10. They got a 3rd and 8 conversion. And then on first down, the big 49-yard pitch and catch to Alston to get them down to the 30. They were down to the Manchester 8 on a 2nd and 6 when Tyler came busting through for the loss of 12 yards on the huge sack of Jedlick, which forced the Hamilton 32-yard field goal with 6:50 to go to make it 3-0. I know Clark and KJ McNeil, Austin Robinson, and the rest of the Manchester offense been chomping at the bit to get on the football field. In real time, we've already played about 15 minutes worth. And they're ready to get out and start playing some football. They'll put the ball back to the 35, and we'll take 2 on the ensuing kick. And here it comes. High, taken at the 13-yard line. 20, 25, and down near the 30, breaking a tackle and getting down to the 35-yard line on the return was Jalen Igner, the junior. And that'll give Clark and company pretty good field position, 1st and 10 at their 35. And here comes Clark and company, 1st down and 10. Isaiah Todd to his left in the backfield. 4 wide receivers on 1st down. Clark, quick, pass, complete, 40. Breaking over a tackle, 45, bowling over 1 secondary member. And then advancing down to the 47-yard line. That's McNeil, who had split out as a wideout that time. And he'll get 12 and a Manchester 1st down. And a very big reaction from the crowd is that first tackle attempt. He just bowled right over that defender, without a problem whatsoever. And was able to grab an extra 3-4 yards because of it. 1st and 10, fake to Todd. Clark, pass back to McNeil. This time, 2 Dolphins are there, and the second one will stop him for a loss of 1 back at the 46-yard line. Cameron Williams, the linebacker, with fantastic pursuit on that play. Complete, but a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd down. From the 46, coming up on 6 minutes, midway already through a very fast first quarter. Clark will keep it, throw it out, wide open to McNeil, 45, 40, and down to the 35-yard line. 1st down and 10 on a gain of 19. It's been McNeil all throughout the drive so far, and Clark already 3 of 3 for 30 yards. And on that play, he just freezes the defense. They're thinking RPO, and then the next thing you know, Clark's going to keep it and then pass it. This time, Clark's going to keep it and run it, but not a lot there. Up the middle for a yard, down to the 34. And that'll be 2nd down and 9. McNeil will check out. Kevin Henderson, the 5'9 senior, will check in. 3 wide to the near side, 1 to the far. Clark changing up the signal here on 2nd down and 9 from the Ocean Lakes 34. Clark looks for a screen, got his man. He spins for 3 to the 31-yard line, but that will be all. Clark on his first catch of the afternoon. Nice job sniffing that out by the middle of the Ocean Lakes defense, and it'll be 3rd down. Quickly to the line, 3rd down and 6, and we're going to get a penalty marker on the field. That'll be encroachment against Ocean Lakes, so 3rd and 6, 6.5 is now going to become 3rd down and 1.5. Football placed at the Dolphins' 26-yard line. They need essentially 1 yard, maybe a yard and a quarter to move the chain. 4:44 to go, clock running, first quarter. Dolphins 3, Lancers nothing. Clark keeps it himself, gets first down yardage and more. 15, 10, 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Brendan Clark and the Manchester Lancers. It is a 26-yard touchdown run. It was a 3rd and 1. Clark got past the first line of defense, and then after that, there was no one there that could stop him. The Dolphins get 3 on their first possession. The Lancers answer with 6, and Lero is in for the point after try out of the hold of Jack Lewis. Snap a bit low, but the kick is up, and the kick is good. Manchester 7 and Ocean Lakes 3 with 4:32 to go in the first quarter. Clark on that drive, 2 carries, 27 yards, and the touchdown. 4-4 passing for 33 yards. It's a 65-yard touchdown drive. And a fantastic answer and a quick one, too. That drive took just a little bit over 2 minutes of time off the clock, whereas Ocean Lake's drive took nearly 5. A little over 5:10 off the clock. So 7-3 our score. And Lero has it teed up at the 40-yard line. Two back deep for the Dolphins, who now find themselves down 7-3. Jake is ready, and he fires it high. It'll be taken this time at about the 5-yard line to the 10, up the middle, 15, and that's going to be all right there. Nice individual tackle. That's Tim Hamilton on special teams making the stop. Ocean Lakes had to start due to penalty back at their own 10 their first time. They'll start this time thanks to Hamilton's tackle, and it was a great individual effort at the 16. Dolphins back on the field, but down 4. First down and 10 at the 16-yard line. We got movement long before the snap. Then the ball gets back to Jedlick, and I think we had a wide receiver head out just a bit early. So 5 Ocean Lakes penalties here in the first 7:36 of today's game. They haven't hurt them yet. They overcame all the big ones there in that first drive. It was the sack that forced them to settle for 3 rather than 7. Got an update from Class 2 in just a moment, and now we have an officials timeout again. Ball at the 11, and it'll be first down and 15. Now we have encroachment against Manchester. That is their first penalty of the afternoon, and we're back to the original line of scrimmage at the 16. First and 10 for Jedlick and company. Hand off to Snowden. Hit, gets away from one man, falls forward, but only back to the line of scrimmage. Eluded one tackle behind the line of scrimmage and was able to get back to the 16, wrapped up by big Christian Williams. It'll be second down. Class 2 update. Devin McCray with a touchdown for the Goochland Bulldogs, and they take a 7-6 lead over East Rockingham in Augusta County. A good 3.5 hours from where we are. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the first. Jedlick rolling right. Second down throws. Wide open is his receiver at the 21 who drops the football. Incomplete. Intended for Austin, who had the 49-yard pitch and catch in the opening drive, and he simply dropped the football. He was wide open. Sometimes when you're in that situation, you move those eyes a quarter second too early. And that makes it 3rd and 10 at the 16. Clock stops, 3:49 to go first quarter. 7-3 Manchester. Winner to next Saturday's State Class 6 championship at Hampton University. Third down. They're bringing 5. Jedlick looking. Now throws, and it's broken up. Incomplete. He was looking on here on the sideline, the near side for Edwards, and coming up at the last second to knock it away was Clark. And if Kittrell had seen it a half second sooner, he could have picked that off and had a pick 6. Fourth down Jedlick unofficially 5 of 7 for 86 yards, and we'll have our first punt of the afternoon, as Clark will report back deep as one of 2 Lancers at about the 45-yard line. 4th down and 10, and the Dolphins to kick it away. Low snap, handled well, kind of a short end-over-end kick, going to go to the Manchester sideline. It's not going to be a lot of yardage gain there, and Manchester is going to get fantastic field position. Football will be placed at the 38-yard line. 22-yard punt, no return. And here comes Clark and company. The 38-yard line is where the line of scrimmage will be on first down. Clark takes a second look back at the sideline. Everybody's ready. First down, handoff. Isaiah Todd, first carry of the day, keeps his legs up and running, goes over a Dolphin to get 2 to the 36-yard line. He did a whole lot of moving to gain those 2 yards. But Todd had such a low center of gravity at 5'6", 185. Hard to get lower than he can. 2nd and 8 at the 36 of Ocean Lakes. 3:10 to go, clock running first quarter. Manchester up 7-0, 26-yard run on the legs of Brendan Clark, who's back to pass over the middle, looks incomplete. Penalty marker coming in. We had early contact there. Miles Moore, the intended receiver, and he was held before that pass ever showed up. And so penalty number 6 on Ocean Lakes in this first quarter. Interference against Ocean Lakes. And that'll be enough for a Lancers first down with 2:59 to go in the opening quarter. Football should go, to the 21-yard line. So just outside the red zone, Clark and company up 4, looking for more. 2:59 to go, first quarter. Class 6 state semis live here at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex on the RVA Sports Network. Thanks for being with us here on this Saturday afternoon. Todd will move from right to left of Clark. 2 wides both sides. Clark going to keep it himself, cut up the middle, not much there. To the 21, so back to the original line of scrimmage, and it'll be second down. So Clark's run so far this afternoon, 1 yard, no yards, but in between, the 26-yard touchdown. Clark over the middle, looking, overthrowing his intended receiver Moore, incomplete, and it'll be third down. That's Brendan's first incompletion of the afternoon. Just put a little too much on it. Good coverage as well, but had to been a couple of feet lower into the 1 and the 4 of Moore's uniform. I think he would have been able to grab it and absorb the hit and make it a 3rd and short. Instead, 3rd and 10. Clock at 2:33 to go in the first. Clark turns, so does the team. Looks over on the sideline, gets the final signal, and here it comes from Coach Hall and his staff. And Clark is ready. Ocean Lake showing blitz on 3rd and 10. Clark looking, got all day. Now the pocket collapses. He gets away, looking, throws into the end zone for Moore and overthrows Moore, incomplete. That time, great work by the Ocean Lake secondary. Took a while, but they finally collapsed the pocket. Clark rolling, and just nobody open. Dolphins doing good work on the back end of the defense. So Jake Lero is going to come in, and they're going to spot this football right at about the 28. It's going to be a 38-yard field goal try from the right hash. Low snap, kick is up, and the kick is wide left. No good. So a 38-yard field goal attempt is wide left. And Ocean Lakes will take over. Score still 7-3. Time remaining 2:19 here in the first. So a couple of very good plays there for the Dolphins from a defensive standpoint. Clark for no gain on his run. Clark overthrowing his receiver on second down, and then just great secondary coverage. He tried to get to Moore, but essentially it ended up having to kind of throw it away. And Ocean Lakes will take it for their third possession and their best field position at the 20. First down. Jedlick, quick pass, complete. Breaking one tackle, going down the sideline and out of bounds. First down, Ocean Lake. Sean Boone on his first catch of the afternoon. The question will be where they spotted Boone when he went out of bounds, and the answer will be at the 31-yard line. That's a gain of 11 and a first down for the Dolphins. So Jedlick already 97 yards of passing. And as we like to tell you on the Game of the Week radio broadcast and here online, our stats are painfully unofficial. 1st and 10. Left side, nice running room for Snowden. Not hit until he's like 5 yards past the line of scrimmage. He'll get a gain of about 7 near the 38-yard line. Great blocking scheme there by Ocean Lakes. They just gave him the left side without a problem. No one was there for quite some time. Second level had to come up and make the play. Final 2 minutes, first quarter, 7-3. 2nd and 3 at the 38 for the Dolphins, down by 4. 3 to the far side. Jedlick, quick pass, complete. 45, wrapped up at the 48. Drug out of bounds is Boone, but not before he'll pick up another first down close to 10 yards. And they were not playing close to the line on Boone whatsoever. He went up about 3 steps and was able to make the catch and get some yardage before he was ever hit. Officially at the 47-yard line is where they'll say Boone went out of bounds just below us on the Manchester sideline. 1st and 10, under 1:40 to go. Dolphins near midfield. They'll give it to Snowden, trying to get around right side. He's got blockers to midfield, and he'll bull his way to the 46 of Manchester for a nice gain on first down. Give him close to 7, and it'll be 2nd down and 3. Got another update from Class 2. Goochland has scored again. Off of a turnover, Devin McCray, 1-yard run, 14-6. Bulldogs lead at East Rockingham. 2nd and 3 here from the 46-yard line. Back to Snowden, hit behind the line of scrimmage, and he'll lose a couple back to the 48-yard line. No problems getting into the backfield that time. 53, Anthony Gary. Jalen Branch in there helping out too. Loss of 2. And it will be 3rd down. We're in the final 30 seconds of the first quarter. Manchester leading 7-3. 3rd down and about 5 at the 48-yard line of the Lancers. Clock under 20 to go. Snowden moves to the right of Jedlick. 10 to go as they get the play off, looking over the middle, and it's almost intercepted, overthrowing his intended receiver big time. And Branch, I don't think he realized the football was there until just about the time it arrived. It was a bit behind him, so he could not make the adjustment in time for the turnover. But he was the man closest to where that football ended up. 4th down with 7 seconds to go. And the Dolphins will have to kick it, but now they can try to pin the Lancers deep in their own territory. On 4th down, it is 4th and 5. Could this be fake territory? It is. Here comes the fake attempt. Going up the middle, trying to get the first down yardage, and I think he's just going to make it. It's the punter, Hamilton. He'll get 6 when he needed 5. The fake punt works to end quarter number 1. Dolphin fans very happy below us, and the Dolphins will keep possession. It'll be 1st and 10 at the Manchester 42 when we get ready for quarter number 2. One in the books this afternoon here in Virginia Beach. Excuse me, fans. Our score, Lancers 7 and Dolphins 3. Today's coverage is presented exclusively by our friends at Titan Auto and Tire, with 2 great locations, South Chesterfield on Jeff Davis Highway, and, of course, in western part of the county near Mosley. 521-9115 for the South Chesterfield location. That's their number, 739-9323 for the Mosley location, and, of course, online at TitanAutoTire.com. Titan offers complete repair and maintenance for BMWs, Lexus, other luxury makes and models. They also, it's Chesterfield's first choice for hybrid and electric car repair. Titan, very, very specific, a lot of specialties that they can take care of. They can take care of all vehicles. You're not going to run in there and say, hey, I have a problem with this, and they're going to look at you and go, well, we don't service that kind of car. They have such a wide variety at Titan Auto and Tire. And again, 2 Chesterfield locations to serve you. Check them out, TitanAutoTire.com. Second quarter underway. 1st and 10, Dolphins off the fake punt. Looking for it all. Jedlick down the sideline, and it's almost intercepted and then almost caught. And in the end, it's incomplete at the 15-yard line. Holy cow. It goes through Clark's hands, who had good coverage on the intended receiver, but then went through his hands, and Boone for a moment looked like maybe he could grab it. But it'll go down to simply incomplete 2nd and 10 to the Manchester 42. Tight formation this time on 2nd down. Snowden to the right of Jedlick. Low snap, handles it fine. Rolling right, looking, throws back over the middle, and the ball is incomplete. Knocked away. There was really a battle for the ball between Boone and Jaden Davis, the linebacker. And for a second, it looked like Davis was going to be able to rip the football out of his hands, but in the end, it falls to the turf incomplete. Jedlick now unofficially 7 of 12 for 106, and we go to 3rd down and 10 at the 42. 2 incomplete passes, just 12 seconds elapsing off the second quarter clock, 11:48 to the half. At the half, fans, we will get you caught up on all the other action in the area on State Semifinal Saturday, and we will talk about our Holiday Feast of Hoops live broadcast schedule coming up here on the network. 3rd down, over the middle, Jedlick now going to think about running, and he does. And he will get enough for the 1st down. Beeman catches him from behind, throws him down at the 29, but that's a gain of 13. That's the dangerous part of the game when it comes to both quarterbacks here this afternoon. Xander Jedlick taken off for the first time today, up the middle, plenty of room, and a 13-yard gain for 1st down. Make it a 14-yard gain to the 28. Man in motion on 1st down, fake it. Jedlick will keep it, and he'll get close to the 25, about 3 on the 1st down carry. And it'll be 2nd down as Davis helps Beeman out on the tackle. Under 11:10 to go here in half number 1. Winner gets the winner of Westfield and Freedom. They are scheduled to kick at 2 o'clock, so about 25 minutes from now up in Nova. And the 2 survivors meet next Saturday at 4:30 at Hampton University for a chance to hoist the championship trophy. 2nd and 7. Handoff. Now they look to reverse, and now a reverse pass, and now they're going to tuck it and run. Trying to get around the corner, and will, and enough for a 1st down by Tank Land to the 15-yard line. That's a gain of 11 on Land's official first carry. It was designed for Land to try to throw the football back to the weak side, but didn't really have anybody to throw to, but he had a ton of real estate to run and takes big-time advantage. Ocean Lake's back in the red zone for the 2nd time. They settled for 3 on their opening possession of the afternoon. They want 6 now. From the Manchester 15, it's 1st down and 10. 2 wide, both sides. Jedlick all alone now in the backfield. From the Lancer 15, he's going to keep it himself. Gets across the 12, close to the 11 maybe, or no, they're going to say knee down just before the 12-yard line. So we'll give him 3. And it'll make it 2nd down and 7. Remember on that opening drive, they had made it to a 2nd and 6 at the 8 before Manchester's biggest play of the afternoon defensively so far, the Demetrius Tyler sack for a loss of 12. Forced the field goal try from 32, which was good. Coming up on 10 minutes to the half, 2nd and 7, near the Manchester 12. Jedlick looking to pass into the end zone. Incomplete. We're going to get a flag. And rightfully so. Kwame Dehaney had his hand on the jersey of Alston, the intended receiver, and in the end, there was really no need to do that, as Alston wasn't even aware of the fact the ball was coming. And the time he figured out the pigskin was there, it was already over his head. But instead, a big pass interference call, and that should be 1st and goal. Or if we, let's see, we get the half the distance to the goal. That's going to make it 2nd and 1. They'll replay 2nd down, but they're a yard short of getting the 1st down, and it's not an automatic 1st down here at the high school level. So they're at the 6. They need to 5 for a fresh set of downs, but they're 6 away from taking the lead. They bring Land in motion. He's got the football. Gets around the corner. Flag coming in. Football came out. Manchester says they've got the football at about the 2. They'll put the football down at the 3. So a couple of things to figure out here. 1, the penalty, and 2, was there a fumble at the end of the play? And a long way from where we're sitting. Here comes the Manchester defense celebrating. They've made the decision. It's a turnover. There was a penalty. It was holding on Ocean Lakes. Manchester's going to decline it, and they are going to get the football. So a recovery for Manchester. And they preserve the 7-3 lead. Time remaining 9:48 here in the 2nd quarter. So last check, Goochland up 14-6 2nd quarter. Here, Manchester up 7-3 2nd quarter. But the Lancers pinned back at their own 3-yard line. 1st down, handoff up the middle. Todd will get across the 5 to the 7. That'll be a gain of near 4. Try to get him some breathing room. It'll make it 2nd down. So first turnover of the afternoon preserves the Manchester lead. 2nd and 4. Todd hit behind the line of scrimmage, and he'll go down at the 5-yard line. That's a loss of a couple. And Devon Allen with a great individual effort there to force 3rd and long for Manchester in the shadow of their own end zone. Under 9 minutes to go in the half. Dolphins are circling here and showing blitz. Clark stops, looks back to the sideline to get the signal. 2 each side. Todd to his left, 3rd and 8. Throw complete to Clark. No, he dropped it. Dropped it at the 5-yard line. 4th down. And the Lancers will have to punt from deep in their own territory. East Rockingham has scored, and they have cut the lead of Goochland to 14-12 now, a little bit under 5:20 to go in the first half in Augusta County. Here, Manchester to punt. Lero's about 8-9 yards deep in his end zone. Dolphins have 1 man back deep at the Manchester 43. Low snap, got it off the carpet. Kick is high but short. It will take a bit of a Manchester bounce and go out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. So Ocean Lakes with fantastic field position. So they'll put it officially at the 35-yard line. So a 30-yard punt and no return. And 8:26 to go to the half. Here in the Class 6 state semifinals, live on the RVA Sports Network. Ocean Lakes has twice been in the red zone this afternoon, settled for a field goal, fumbled the football away a few moments ago. Now they have another very big opportunity. 1st and 10, Ocean Lakes, Manchester 35. Jedlick throwing, intercepted. KJ McNeil picks it off, and no one is going to stop him. It is a pick six for KJ McNeil. Touchdown, Manchester Lancers. Unofficially 62 yards as he picked it up and picked it off after the fake on the handoff, trying to swing it out real quick far side. KJ steps right in front of it and has open real estate the whole way. Ocean Lakes with a short field, a chance to retake the lead, and in one play, Manchester intercepts, scores, and ups the lead to 10. Here comes the point after try. It is up, and it is good. 14-3 Manchester with 8:13 to go here in quarter number 2. And now that is the defensive play of the day so far for Manchester. McNeil with fantastic presence. They had seen that play before. And he picks it off and runs to daylight for 62 yards. 14-3 Lancers. 15 minutes away from kick back home in Varina with Highland Springs at Varina taking on Maury, Class 5 state semis. Riverheads and Essex underway about 15 minutes ago. They've already had a couple of turnovers. And here it's 14-3. So Lero will tee it up at the 40-yard line. 2 men back deep for Ocean Lakes as they tried at this point. Frankly, all you need to do at this point is just shake that off and forget it ever happened and get the football back and get a drive going and get some points. Cut it back to a one-possession game. You got to have a short memory on a day like this. High kick taken at the 13-yard line. It's Boone trying to find a corner, and he won't. He's slowed down and then stopped. Great pursuit that time by the Lancers in the heart of the return defense there on special teams. We do have a penalty marker back at the 30-yard line. So this clock's going to stop with 8:06 to go in the half, and we'll get the call here. Signal is holding against Ocean Lakes. So they'll put the football back. Let's see. Looks like about the 6-yard line. Ocean Lakes with the ball. They put it down at the 6.5-yard line. First down. Handoff to Snowden, and he is wrestled immediately just inside the 5-yard line. He'll lose a yard, maybe a yard and a half. Pritchard up there, Beeman in there. It'll be a loss of 2, second down. Snowden only has, unofficially here, 16 yards of rushing this afternoon. That kept him in check. It's been Jedlick they've had to work on. That first big mistake by him there on the interception from McNeil. Fumble on the snap. It's down near the 1-yard line. Lancers say they have it. Refs are coming in to figure it out. And they say Ocean Lakes recovers. So the quarterback is going to hang on to the football, but the football is going to be placed near the goal line. So literally, they're 99 3/4 yards away from the end zone. Wow. Third down. They've got to get near the 17. So 3rd and 16. Jedlick, pass, complete. Alston looking for running room and won't find any. Pushed back. He'll get the 4, and that is it. A gain of 3, and it'll be 4th down. And how crazy does this game turn? A moment ago, Manchester kicks it out of the back of their own end zone. Ocean Lakes has it at the Manchester 33 on 1st down, down 4. Prime position to take the lead. And then the pick 6, the ensuing kick, the penalty, puts them back at the 6. Loss of yards, a fumble recovery, and a 3-yard pass. And now the Dolphins are kicking from 9 yards deep. And Manchester at the Ocean Lakes 40, awaiting the punt. Here it comes. Low line drive, taken at the 35. Clark will be spun down there. No return. Great play, Devon Allen on special teams for Ocean Lakes. Clock, though, says 5:56 to the half, and Manchester with great field position, up 14-3. Ball's going to be placed at the 38. So 34 yards on the punt. And we're midway through quarter number 2. First down, Clark with a couple of extra signals. Todd settles in to his left. On first down, Clark, pump fake, looking. Pass complete at the 31-yard line. That's Colin Harding on his first catch of the afternoon. And he'll get about 7. And it'll be 2nd down. Clark's so unique because in that one play, he fakes run, he fakes the quick out, and is able to get in between the zone read and get Harding for 7. Blitz coming. Clark gets it away, has a man open, incomplete. It became dangerous as that ball floated over the middle as he was looking for Majette. And then the coverage came in very nicely, and it became basically a jump ball at about the 16-yard line. And so Clark gets away with one there. And it'll be 3rd down. 5:22 to go before halftime. Manchester 14, Ocean Lakes 3. And this is an opportunity. You want to play for a state championship. You're on the road. 2 unbeatens, 2 very hungry unbeatens. You desperately want to score here, and now there's a late penalty mark-off against Ocean Lakes, and it looks like it's a 15-yard penalty. So there must have been something going on after the play. A dead ball foul, a 15-yard penalty, and the Lancers will take a gift and get the football in the red zone all the way down to the 16. First down, Clark, quick pass, complete. Breaks the tackle and will dance into the end zone. That's Kittrell Clark. Touchdown, Manchester Lancers. It's a 16-yard touchdown. Clark, quick out, 1 man to beat, shook the tackle, and then he could have walked into the end zone. That's the danger of having single coverage in a situation like that. If your man doesn't make the needed stop, there's no one there to help you out. Vero in for the point after attempt. Kick is up. Kick is good with 5:13 to go. Clark to Clark. Extra point good. 21-3 Manchester. 5:13 to the half. Here live on the RVA Sports Network. And now Ocean Lakes, excuse me, who had the early 3-0 lead. Pardon me again, fans. Sorry about that. That's what commercial breaks are for. You ever wonder what we do during commercial timeouts? It's usually A, talk to the producer at the radio station. B, grab the water bottle. That's a situation to where this game has turned on a dime. Ocean Lakes first down, Manchester 33 after a short punt. One play, interception, 62-yard return to the house for McNeil, and it's 14-3. Then the penalty on the ensuing kick. Ocean Lake starts the drive inside their own 10. They fumble, recover at their own 1. They can only get a 3-yard pass to the 4. They punt it. Manchester facing a third down and then gets the gift of the dead ball penalty that put him at the 16. And on first down, the touchdown. And Lero to kick it away. Shorter kick taken at the 14. Up the middle, 20. 25, 30, 35, and finally brought down near the 38-yard line. That's Tank Land on a very nice and very physical return. Not afraid to absorb hits. Now Ocean Lakes, they have all 3 of their timeouts and 5 minutes and 4 seconds to work with. Manchester gets the football to start the second half. Pressure now on the Dolphins to come up with something here to cut into this, 18-point game. 5:04 to go in the half. First and 10, Ocean Lakes. Football at their own 38. Quick pass, knocked away by Clark, far side, incomplete. Intended for Keyshawn Edwards, and it'll be second down. So they've scored in 3 different ways, have the Lancers this afternoon. Touchdown run from Clark, interception return McNeil, touchdown pass Clark to Clark. And it's 2nd and 10 at the 38. Back to pass, blitz coming, gone. Down at the 25-yard line. Again, it's Demetrius Tyler leading the way. And Jedlick had nowhere to go. They'll put it back to the 27-yard line. A loss of 11. And it'll be third down from there. They've got to get to the 48. 3rd and 21. 4:25, clock running in the first half. Manchester 21, Ocean Lakes 3. 3 to the near side for Jedlick and company on 3rd and 21. They'll take the quick pass. It's complete. Land has it, trying to break tackles, and then goes out of bounds. Just ran out of real estate near the 33. So 5 or 6 on that one, and well short of the first down, and it'll be 4th down, and the Dolphins are going to have to punt. And now you come into a situation where you're giving Manchester the football, possibly in pretty good field position. And you can't let them get too far ahead. Manchester would love to be up 28-3 at the half and have a football to start the second half. That would be a dream scenario for them. 2 timeouts left for them with 2 men back deep at the 35. Punt, end over end. Clark is going to let it bounce. Now he's going to go after it for some reason, and he's going to lose the football. A poor decision there. Then Manchester picks it up. Holy cow, it's Clark again. He's got the football. He gets around the 35, the 40, and down to the 43-yard line. Oh, my gosh. I need to give Tom Hall, my cardiologist's telephone number. A major mistake. He makes up for it, but he is immediately going to get talked to on the sideline. What in the world are you thinking? Letting that ball go and then going after it with a pair of Dolphins on your neck. And then somehow, some way, gets up off the turf, ball loose, finds a way to not only pick it up, but pick it up in stride, come around left side, and get the football out to the 43-yard line. In the end, it'll look like a pedestrian short return on the box score. It was anything but. 1st and 10 Manchester at their 43. Breathing a sigh of relief with 3:46 to go to the break. Class 6 state semifinal being brought to you exclusively by Titan Auto and Tire. Clark over the middle, complete. Breaking a tackle, and another. Open, and gone. It's Austin Robinson. Touchdown, Manchester Lancers. No flags, 57 yards. We have talked all season about how quickly Manchester can strike offensively. And you expect it to be less of a situation coming as deep into the season as we are in now, that it gets harder and harder to do that. And this is beginning to look too easy. High snap, extra point, up, good. 3:34 to go in the second quarter, and it is Manchester 28 and Ocean Lakes 3. Dolphins fans beside themselves. You can hear some of them in our crowd mic, and rightfully so. And now the coaching staff's got, this is a titanic halftime that they have to go into right now from a mental standpoint. They got to somehow find a way to keep these kids mentally in this game and make them believe that they have it within themselves to come back, because they were in situations where they had been so close. Now, a couple times they've shot themselves in the foot with penalties. But the McNeil touchdown on the pick six when they had the ball in prime position to drive and take the lead. Then you had the problems deep in your own territory. And then the touchdown that came after the personal foul penalty. And now the one-play 57-yard touchdown. So 2 touchdown passes now for Clark in this first half. And he doubles his yardage number. And here comes the ensuing kick from Lero at the 40. This one's sidewinding, and it's going to go out of bounds at about the 2-yard line. So Ocean Lakes will get the football unless they ask them to kick it again, and most of the time teams say no to that. So over the middle to Austin Robinson, breaks one tackle, has a pair of Lancers near him, so that had he, for some reason, have to try to shed off somebody else, they would have taken care of business. Our buddy Matthew Hatfield here from Virginia Prep sitting to our right this afternoon. Great stat. 4 touchdowns for Manchester in less than 1 quarter's time. 11 minutes, 35 seconds. If you go back to the Clark run at 4:32 in the first, we now sit at 3:34 in the second. And it's 28-3. And this game could have easily been 10-7 5 minutes ago. First down, Jedlick will roll. Look deep. Now look back across the middle. Sidewind, complete to Land. Again, it's away from one man, and then he's wrestled down by a Lancer without a helmet. Holy cow. That's Hakeem Beeman. He's the Region 6B Player of the Year defensively, and he's headed to Penn State. Linebacker U is getting a pretty good one. What a ferocious play by Beeman. Lost his helmet, didn't care. Made the tackle with authority at the 47. That's a gain of 12, and it's going to be a first down. So in the end, good play for Ocean Lakes. Are we going to get a penalty here after the play on Manchester? I believe we are. So we have a personal foul penalty against Manchester, and this is a break the Dolphins will gladly accept. Bring the football down 15 more yards, and suddenly it's 1st and 10 Ocean Lakes at the Manchester 38. We still got 3:21 to go in this half, and Ocean Lakes has all 3 of their timeouts. Maury has won the toss, and they've elected to receive, and they're getting set for the Class 5 semis. Highland Springs Maury to kick over on the beautiful new turf at Varina High School, which we barely got to see the first time we saw it on our Game of the Week broadcast in the monsoon against Atlee back on the 26th of October. That I still can't believe we played football that night. First down at the 38 of Manchester now after the penalty mark off. Jedlick and company in business. Now they restart the clock under 3:20 to go. He'll roll to his right. Looking, wants it all over the middle. Double coverage and incomplete because two Lancers ran into each other. Gatrell Clark should have had the interception. Sincere Adams came in looking for it too, and they fall to the turf, and so does the football. And a break for the Dolphins. Clock stopped 3:10 to the break, and it'll be second down. Jedlick had 86 yards on the opening drive. Since then, he's had 41. They work from the Lancer 38. Second and 10, 3:10 to the half, 28-3 Manchester. At a 4-score game, this is almost must-score territory with the Lancers getting the football in the second half. Handoff, Snowden looking for some running room left side, finds some. Across the 35 to the 32. Good run. Picks up 6. Make it a third and short, but you got to pick up the tempo here with under 3 minutes to go in the half. Ideally, you'd like to kind of score, and you could get 3 and out and use 3 timeouts, and maybe you could get the football back before the half is done. But no hurry up shown by the Dolphins as of yet. Third down, under 2:40 to go. They need the 28 of Manchester. So they need 4. Snowden to the right of Jedlick. Snap, quick throw, complete to Land. Land eludes one man in a second and then will be brought down after actually no gain. He only gets back to the line of scrimmage. Good pursuit there by the Lancers, who had certainly improved in that part of the game. They were eating them alive there earlier in the game at Ocean Lakes, especially on that opening drive. They're starting to play tighter up front. Fourth down and 4. They're going to go for it, and rightfully so, under 2 minutes to the half, down by 25. Jedlick looks over to the sideline, gets the signal, barks it out now, and now I think we might get a timeout called by, Manchester. Manchester will call for time. So timeout, Manchester. .147 to go. 3rd and 4 at the Manchester 32-yard line. Excuse me, check that, 4th and 4. .147 to the break. Manchester leading by 25. Underway at Varina. Excuse me again, fans. Commodores have the football, trying to end the 3-year championship reign of Highland Springs. Couple of score updates coming in just a second, but first the 4th down here. Jedlick rolling, looking, throws, pass batted down by Hakeem Beeman. He gets a hand on it at the 35, incomplete, and Manchester takes over with 1:43 and a timeout and the 25-point lead. Riverhead strikes first this afternoon in Class 1, taking a 7-0 lead at home over Essex in that state semifinal. And an update on the other side of the bracket in Class 5. Stonebridge takes a 7-0 lead on North Stafford with 8:37 to go in the first quarter. Stonebridge looking for their 3rd state championship appearance in 4 seasons. The last 2 were against Highland Springs in 2015 in Charlottesville, and that classic in 2016 in Hampton. First down, handoff, Isaiah Todd up the middle, breaking tackles and getting to the 41-yard line. We have a penalty marker on the far side of the field, though. Over by the Ocean Lake sideline with 1:35 to go. So we stop the clock and find out what this infraction might be. Again, coming up at the half, we'll check all the scores for you, fans. And we have some great basketball coming to you this holiday season. They are going to wave the flag off our annual holiday feast of hoops. We've confirmed 5 nights of basketball action during the holiday season, and we will break them all down for you coming up at halftime. From Virginia Beach Sportsplex, 1:35 to go before the half, and right now the Lancers are in control. So they pick up the flag. It will be officially an 8-yard gain for Isaiah Todd, and it's second down at the 40. 2 beside Clark, 1 to each side. Going to give it, hand it off, and falling forward just near first down yardage, Shamar Figueroa with his first carry of the afternoon. And it'll be just enough falling forward to the 42 for the first down. 1:08 to go in the half. Lancers have a timeout. They also get the football to start half number 2. So now, if you get points here, great. Just don't turn the ball over. Don't do anything that could give Ocean Lakes any hint of momentum before intermission. Final minute, first quarter, and Manchester's taking their time. Now they got the play call ready. 1st and 10 at 50 to go. Clock running. Hand off Todd up the middle. Not a lot of room. Falls forward for a yard, and that'll be all. And it looks like the Lancers are going to be content to go to halftime and get ready to get the football to start the second half, enjoying the 28-3 lead. And that's exactly what they'll do. They'll run off the field and go to the break, and so will we. 1 half in the books at 10 minutes after 2 o'clock on this Saturday afternoon in Virginia Beach, Virginia. And at the break, it is all Manchester. Lancers seeking their first appearance in a state championship in school history. And they are now 24 minutes away, leading Ocean Lakes 28-3. Quick early update. Maury does nothing on their first possession of the afternoon, and then a fumble on the punt attempt gives Highland Springs the football near the red zone already. Opening drive for Devontae Waller and company, as Highland Springs looks to get to their 4th straight state championship with a win today. That would be again next Saturday at noon with the Class 6 state championship. And if Manchester holds on here today, they will make their first ever state final appearance, and that game would kick at 4:30 next Saturday afternoon. Both of those games, Class 5 and Class 6, at Hampton University at Armstrong Stadium. So our score at the half, Manchester 28 and Ocean Lakes 3. All right, normally, fans, we've got commercial breaks. We go back to the station, may have some pre-recorded interviews, things like that. Today, a much different situation, online broadcast and getting things ready kind of on the fly and at the last minute. Very glad to be with you here this afternoon. Glad this all worked out greatly. You can enjoy Highland Springs on the radio on WRVA and be with us as Manchester has put on a late show here in the first half. 2 touchdown passes for Brendan Clark, 1 touchdown run, and the KJ McNeil pick 6. Arguably the play of the game so far, because Ocean Lakes was getting the football at the Manchester 33-yard line on a 1st down and 10, down 7-3. And so it looked like a situation to where they would be able to possibly drive, retake the lead, because they drove. They started the opening drive of the game at their own 10-yard line, got as far down as the 8 before a big sack by Demetrius Tyler forced a 32-yard field goal attempt by Hamilton, which was good, and made it 3-0 Ocean Lakes. Manchester responds and scores on a Brendan Clark run from 26 yards out on a 3rd and 1, where he was able to run up the middle, just hoping to get the first down yardage, broke a couple of tackles, and then no one was left. And it was a TD for the Lancers, 7-3. Then a lot of wild action taking place. And again, Ocean Lakes with that football deep in Manchester territory, but they had gone to that quick pass on the outlet one too many times. KJ McNeil read it, sniffed it out, stepped in front of the receiver, grabbed the football, and went 62 yards untouched for the pick six that changed the course of this football game completely. That made it 14-3. And as we mentioned earlier, in about 12 minutes of actual game time, Manchester puts it 4 touchdowns. The big one being the McNeil touchdown, and then Clark touchdown pass to Keitrell Clark of 16 yards. Just another quick out. And that time Clark, his defender, wasn't able to tackle him, and there was no help on the backside. And Keitrell walked into the end zone, and then Manchester, the next time they got the football, one play, one pass, 57 yards over the middle. Clark to Alston Robinson, who broke one tackle, and again, no one on the backside, and he waltzed into the end zone for the touchdown. So where the Lancers have ate the Dolphins this afternoon, been in the secondary. What they've been able to break one tackle, there's not been any help. There's just no help deep. And Manchester enjoys a very, very big lead here at halftime. Unofficially, two touchdowns for Clark in the air, 7 of 11 for 113. And he has 3 carries for 27 yards, but he's got that 26-yard run for the opening score this afternoon. So, Goochland and East Rockingham are starting the second half in Class 2. And the score there is Goochland 14, East Rockingham 12. Winner to the Class 2 state championship next Saturday at 4:30. And that game will be played at Salem Stadium down in Salem, Virginia, longtime home of the Division III National Championship. Waiting to get an update from Verina. Sounds so weird to say Verina when I'm talking about Highland Springs. You know, it's kind of like the Redskins playing a home game in Dallas. It's essentially what it is. It's really strange, but Highland Springs will eventually get their synthetic turf field, and this won't be an issue any longer. And they're scheduled to get it. I want to say that they're in the next rotation, that they are supposed to get it in 2019. But with the announcement earlier this fall that Highland Springs is going to get a new school, they hope to build a new Highland Springs High School right beside the current campus and have it open in time for the fall of 2020. And that's an ambitious do. You're talking about building an entire high school campus in less than 2 years, because they said they want the freshmen of now, which is the class of 2022. Well, no, they could open it in the fall of 2021. So they could do it in under 3 years. That's doable. But they want the freshmen of this year to be the seniors that open up the new school. And so that would be the class of 2022, and that would be the fall of 2021. And so if they're going to do that, and if they're going to build a new football stadium along with it, you're not going to put a new turf down now to turn around and do it again in 2 years. You're going to wait. So Kreider may or may not have synthetic turf come next year. And that's just me speculating, putting two stories together and going, well, if you're going to build a new school, but Highland Springs is in the rotation to get the turf field next year, because the last 3 to get them in 2020 is going to be Deep Run, Glen Allen, and Mills Godwin, all in the far west end of Richmond. Freeman, Verina, Hermitage have theirs now. Tucker, Henrico, and Highland Springs are scheduled to have them next year. So we will wait and see if that actually happens. Highland Springs having some problems, and they have been called for multiple penalties. And that drive after the Maury bobbled punt is still going on. No score first quarter. Highland Springs trying to take advantage of excellent field position. Goochland, third quarter underway, up 14-12 at East Rockingham. Last check, 7-0. Essex is down to Riverheads. That was in the second quarter. That is a 1:30 start. A big thank you to Titan Auto and Tire for being our exclusive presenter of this game this afternoon, live on the RVA Sports Network. To Kimberly Taylor and all the gang at both locations of Titan Auto and Tire, we thank them so much for supporting our coverage of today's state semifinal on the RVA Sports Network. Trust Titan Auto and Tire. They can fix everything from hybrids to Hummers. Whatever you drive, they can take care of you. Complete repair and maintenance for BMWs, Lexus, other luxury makes and models. You got a hybrid, they've got you covered. You have an electric car, Titan has you covered, no problem. And their technicians, they know your car from bumper to bumper. It doesn't matter what it is, whether you need new tires, a simple rotation and an oil change. Maybe there's a problem with the tire. You can get it fixed there. And on top of that, they can look inside your car, figure out everything that's going on. The old check engine light on or the maintenance required light on, they've got that covered. Even if you just need a headlight, Titan Auto and Tire is where you need to go. 2 great Chesterfield locations. South part of the county, Jeff Davis Highway. Western part of the county near Mosley. Let me give you the information so you can find them. Number 1, complete information at TitanAutoTire.com. That's TitanAutoTire.com. And they have the 2 locations, one in South Chesterfield, one in Mosley. The Mosley number 739-9323. And the South Chesterfield number 524-9115. And again, a big thank you to Titan Auto and Tire. They have made this broadcast possible here this afternoon, live from the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. All right, fans, we are going to take about 2 minutes and just kind of chill a bit, if that's okay. We're going to bring up the crowd mic to let you know we're here. So give us just a moment. Grab our breath. We've got the kicking team already out for Manchester, warming up for the second half, about 6.5 on the clock, on the halftime clock. Lancers will get the football to start half number 2, and they lead it 28-3. RVA Sports Network's live exclusive coverage of the Class 6 state football semifinals this afternoon from Virginia Beach. Back in about 90 seconds. Fans, we're back with you live here at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. Schwab with them, along with you exclusively on the RVA Sports Network. Here on our YouTube channel, back with you here live at Virginia Beach Sportsplex. And been a really interesting fall this year with the addition of Randolph-Macon football to our plate. It's made us have to do some adjusting in terms of our broadcast schedule here on our YouTube channel. We are back with you now, and we've got basketball lined up and a ton of it as our Holiday Feast of Hoops 2018 is just around the corner. Let's tell you what we've got scheduled so far. We will begin on Wednesday night, December 19th. We will be live. We're looking to be at Trinity Episcopal School, and we got to do some equipment testing to make it official. But as long as that goes okay, we're going to be live at Trinity Episcopal for the first round of the 24th Annual Times Dispatch Invitational Tournament. It will be Hanover Trinity in the girls' first-round game, and it'll be Huguenot and Trinity in the boys' first-round game. 6 p.m., 7:30 are the start times. And for the first time, we will also be live on terrestrial radio. This will be the 3rd year in a row that we've brought you TDID coverage online here on the RVA Sports Network, but we also will be live on our radio home for the football game of the week, 102.9 The Mater, 102.9 FM and 1430 AM, as well as the TuneIn radio app on Radial, RADIALL. That's Wednesday night, December 19th, so 2 weeks from Wednesday night, opening night of the Times Dispatch Invitational. With the impending demise of the Richmond Coliseum, the Invitational Tournament Championship Day has been at the Coliseum each of the last 2 years. This year, it is going to be at Hanover High School, one of the biggest and one of the finest gymnasiums in the Metro Richmond area, one of the newer ones, too, opened back in 2003, and will certainly be able to handle about 2,500 people. So it should be a fun atmosphere on Championship Friday. That's 2 days later on the 21st. Now, we'll be there all day with live coverage on Twitter, but we will be live on the radio at 102.9 FM and 1430 AM and live here on the RVA Sports Network for both the girls and the boys championships of the 24th Time Dispatch Invitational Tournament. And that's on Friday night, the 21st, 6:30 and 8:30 are the scheduled start times there. Then we'll enjoy the Christmas weekend, and then we'll have 3 consecutive days of holiday hoops on the 26th, the 27th, and 28th. Very happy for the 6th consecutive year to head to Henrico High School for Henrico Holiday Hoops 2018. We will provide you quadruple header first-round coverage, 4 games on the 26th, beginning at 2:30 in the afternoon. Then the next day, we'll head over to Mechanicsville, and it's another quadruple header. We'll be live at Lee Davis. It is the 3rd year of the return of the Southerner Classic. We look forward to being back with Trip Metzger and Chad Bishop and all the gang over there at Lee Davis. We'll have their 4 first-round games, which are 2 girls' games and 2 boys' games, and a couple of really good matchups coming up there at the Southerner Classic. And we're going to have all of that information posted soon as we will get going with Holiday Tournament Central at RVASportsNetwork.com, our annual tradition where while you're on winter break, you can keep in touch with all of the high school basketball action that goes on during that time. Then that Friday the 28th, we'll go back to Henrico for Championship Friday, and we will bring you the 3rd place game and the championship game at Henrico Holiday Hoops. So that's 2, 4, 8, 12, 14 basketball games coming up over winter break, live and exclusively here on RVA Sports Network. And the Times Dispatch Invitational Tournament games on the 19th and the 21st will also be heard live on 102.9 The Mater and on the TuneIn Radio app on Radial, RADIALL. Looking forward to Holiday Feast of Hoops 2018. And our thanks to Trip Metzger at Lee Davis, to Rob Welch, head coach Vance Harmon over at Henrico High School. They are always so helpful, so hospitable, and helping make those broadcasts possible. We appreciate them very, very much. Final minute coming off the clock here for halftime. Ocean Lakes back on the field. We're waiting for Manchester, and they are now just coming on to the field. Second half action will get underway in just a moment with Manchester enjoying the 28-3 lead, and they get the football to start the second half. Another big thank you to our friends at Titan Auto and Tire for being our presenting sponsor here this afternoon for this special edition of the Game of the Week, Class 6 State Semifinal. TitanAutoTire.com. Mentioned this on the pregame. If you look at your windshield when you go out today or tonight and you realize there's a 12 on it, time for inspection. Titan's got you covered. If you go out and you see an 11 on it and it has an 18 on it, you need to get in touch with Titan immediately and get that taken care of. No matter what it is or no matter what you drive, Titan Auto and Tire can take care of it, from maintenance to repair. And, of course, if you need new tires, they can take care of that for you as well. 2 locations in Chesterfield, South Chesterfield, as well as Mosley. TitanAutoTire.com. That's where you can start your search for your next set of tires. A lot of things I won't buy online. One thing that I will do online is I will order a set of tires and have them done at the place of business where I order it. It's just so much easier. You set the appointment, and then you go in and you sit for an hour and you check Twitter and you check Facebook, and then you've got 4 tires on your car and you're on your way. Titan can take care of it for you just like that. So get in touch, TitanAutoTire.com, or you can call them. South Chesterfield, they're at 524-9115, and in Mosley, 739-9323. They put a couple of extra minutes back on the clock. Ocean Lakes is ready. Manchester out just a minute ago, so they're still kind of stretching and getting set and ready. 28-3 is our score. Goochland has just scored, and they have upped their lead on East Rockingham third quarter to 21-12. And Class 5 update. The Springers are held to a field goal to make it 3-0, and then Maury just connects on a 49-yard touchdown pass. Lawton to Lambert. Maury 7, Highland Springs 3 in the first quarter. And what's interesting on that, that's only the 3rd touchdown pass allowed by the Highland Springs defense all year long. Verina got one on the last game of the regular season. Glenn Allen's only score was on a touchdown pass in that second round postseason game. And now Maury has struck. And we thought that, if Maury had a chance to pull off the win on the road, the passing game would be key. Highland Springs has not faced a quarterback to the level of Lawton. And so the seatbelt gang that we wrote about in today's edition of the Richmond Times-Dispatch going to have their hands full this afternoon. Right now it's Maury 7, Highland Springs 3. They are still in quarter number 1. They kicked off at 2 about a half hour ago, or actually about 5 minutes after 2. Here we're ready for second half action. 2:30 on this cloudy but warm Saturday in Virginia Beach. Rob Witham, happy to be with you here live on the RVA Sports Network. Ocean Lakes will kick it off. Manchester will get the football with a 28-3 lead. Brendan Clark, 1 rushing touchdown. Brendan Clark, 2 passing touchdowns. But the play of the game so far, the pick 6 from K.J. McNeil, that turned a 7-3 game into a 14-3 game and started the Manchester big run. Class 5 update after 1, Stonebridge 14, North Stafford nothing. So Stonebridge leading after 1, Maury up 4 on Highland Springs in the first. Goochland up 9 third quarter at East Rockingham. And here, Ocean Lakes to tee it up at the 40, moving left to right across your PC, tablet, or mobile device. Do they start with a fake? Yes, well, not a fake, but an onside kick of sorts. And it'll be taken at the 45 by Manchester. 14, Miles Moore absorbs a huge hit from Sean Boone, but he holds on to the football. And so while I understand you wanting to try to do something to spark your team, the problem is if you don't do it, you give Brendan Clark great field position. And the last time they started at the 43, it was 1 play, 57 yards. So underway third quarter, first down from the 43. Lancers 28, Dolphins 3. Winner gets the winner of Westfield and Freedom for the Class 6 state championship late next Saturday afternoon at Hampton. Isaiah Todd gets the handoff and runs into a wall. Nothing there. Cameron Williams coming up to make the stop. No gains, second down and 10. Second and 10 from the 43. Now, one thing Manchester can't do is they can't slow down. They can't rest on anything. They need to play like they're up 7-3, not 28-3. Take the handoff, pass, complete. McNeil got away from one man, but not the second. He'll fall forward and get 1 yard to the 44. And it'll be third down and 9. And a quick 3 and out would be just what the doctor ordered for Ocean Lakes, but then they'll have to do something with it offensively. From the 44, it's third and 9. Todd to the right of Clark, 3 wide to the far side. Clark here to the near. Land right up at the line of scrimmage, backed up, and now he's right on Clark again. Third and 9, Brendan looking, throwing, sideline, incomplete, intended for Harding, and we're going to get penalty markers on the field because 31, Jakari Holloway, was all over Colin Harding. He had jersey, he had shoulder pad. Probably grabbed a little stuffing out of the helmet. So pass interference against Ocean Lakes. And from the penalty side of things, it's been a horrendous afternoon for the Dolphins. They'll put the football down to the Ocean Lakes 41, and it'll be a first down for Manchester. Second half underway. Pass interference penalty puts Manchester at the Ocean Lakes 41 with 10:48 to go in quarter number 3. 28-3. Lancers. Clark, pass, McNeil, complete, cuts up the middle, 30, and down to the 28-yard line. That'll be a first down and a gain of 13 yards. First down, Manchester approaching the red zone on this, their opening drive of the second half. Touchdown, Highland Springs. Raekwon Smith from 22 yards on the rumble. Here, Clark pump fakes, goes for it all. Looking, overthrows McNeil, incomplete. A 22-yard touchdown run for Raekwon Smith. Point after good. Highland Springs 10, Maury 7, 4:50 to go. In the first quarter, our buddy Mark Davis of NBC 12 is there live. Look for highlights from that game and our game coming up tonight on NBC 12 News. Man in motion, second down and 10. And they'll stop. Take a look at the sweatshirted coaching gang down there on the near sideline. Now they're set. Todd to the left of Clark, and a man in motion again. And it'll be a fake to him. Clark trying to go up the middle, and he'll get upended at the 30. It'll be a loss of 2. Third and long coming up for Manchester. See video of the Smith touchdown run right now, thanks to our buddy Springer DSA on Henrico Sports on Twitter, as well as at the RVA Sports Net. Of course, we have updates from this game on Chesterfield Sports on Twitter. Under 10 minutes to go in the third. 28-3, but a 3rd and 12. Manchester at the Ocean Lakes 30-yard line. To each side, Todd beside Clark. Brendan looking, throwing, hit as he's thrown, and that's an incomplete pass. They finally get some pressure on Clark, and Robbie Scornvacci is able to hit him just as he releases the football. Ocean Lakes was hoping it was while the arm was still going back, but it was while he was going forward, and it will be 4th down. Outside of our area, but of course, two teams that RVA fans know a lot about. In Class 4, they're at the half. Eastern View leads Lake Taylor 17-14. As the Cyclones out of Culpeper are trying to go 14-0 and head to the state championship. 4th down and 12. Clark, one-on-one coverage to Harding. Incomplete, penalty marker coming in. And they're going to call another pass interference penalty on Ocean Lakes. Dolphins fans irate below us. And at 9:31 to go in the third quarter, the drive will continue. I have Ocean Lakes unofficially at 10 penalties today. And obviously, you cannot, just absolutely cannot do this in a state semifinal. So 9:31 to go in the third, and Manchester will get another free first down on another pass interference call. Football is at the 15. Handoff coming around left side, and not much going there. Val West on the carry, and Naquan Brown with great pursuit brings him down at the line of scrimmage. No gain, and it'll be second down. That was West's first carry of this football game. As we come up on 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. Feels like they've had the ball a whole lot longer than 3 minutes of actual game time. Man in motion. Handoff Todd, hit at the line of scrimmage and cannot go anywhere. We'll check the number on that tackle. That looked like 19. That's Cameron Williams, who's had a fantastic afternoon defensively for Stonebridge. No gain, 3rd and 10. Class 5 update, North Stafford on the board early second quarter, cutting the lead to 14-7 for Stonebridge. Winner of that one gets the winner of Highland Springs Maury. Springer's up 10-7 in the first. Here, 8:20 to go, clock running, third quarter, first drive of the second half. Manchester, 3rd and 10 at the Ocean Lakes 15. Looking for it all in the end zone. Passes bobbled and almost intercepted. underthrown for Harding. And then turning around is Jakari Holloway, realizing the football's there, and he had it and bobbled it, and then dropped it. And I'm not sure. He may have been able to grab it and have a foot near the end line before he went out of bounds. But the bottom line is it's going to be 4th down, and they're going to force the field goal try for Lero, who this afternoon has made, he has missed 1 field goal from 38 yards. He has made all 4 of his extra points. So this time, 32 yards from the left hash. Kick is up. Knuckleballer is going to sail wide left. No good. 8:04 to go in the third. So they take about 4 minutes off the clock. But they don't come up with any points, and Ocean Lakes will get the football. So the Lancers lead 28-3, but the Dolphins hold. With 8:04 left in the third quarter, they get the football. That's been about a half an hour since the defense had been on the field. Blitz coming, and down goes the quarterback. Beeman is in there, but so is Anthony Gary. Big loss back to the 12-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 18. Clock at 7:40 and running here in the third quarter. They'll send Land in motion, 2nd down. Jedlick looking, pass, incomplete. Intended for Snowden, coming across the middle on the short route. And it'll quickly be 3rd down and 18. It was a sack by Demetrius Tyler that turned what looked like was going to be an opening drive Dolphin touchdown into a field goal. And that was kind of the spark that got Manchester going. They've scored the 28 points since the 3-0 lead. 3rd and 18 from the 12. Jedlick rolling, looking, throwing, underthrowing his intended receiver, incomplete, but it would have been short of the 1st down anyway at the 25-yard line. So 4th down, and the sack gives Manchester an opportunity to get fantastic field position, and actually a bit of a break for Ocean Lakes. The incomplete pass will stop the clock at 7:15 to go in the third. They need every second that they can get. Fourth down. Low snap, handled fine by Hamilton. Kick, knuckleballer. Came close to hitting a Lancer who didn't even know it was coming. Ball's going to be down at about the 37 or 38-yard line. 38-yard line is where it will be. 28-3 Manchester football at the Dolphins. 38, 7:05 left here in quarter number 3. Need to say a big thank you to John Williams and all the staff handling the Class 6 state semifinals down here at Virginia Beach, and to Mike McCall up at the VHSL League office in Charlottesville. Big thank you to them for helping us this week get the logistics worked out so we can be here live bringing you this special Game of the Week broadcast. Pitch to Isaiah Todd on first down, and he'll lose a yard as, again, more great pursuit along the defensive front, and another big play from Cameron Williams. Loss of 1, 2nd and 11. And that opening drive was aided essentially by 30 yards and 2 pass interference penalties. It's not like the Lancers were impressively driving down the field. This game is grinding down right now, big time. 6:30 to go. Clark over the middle, double coverage complete. Down to the 32-yard line. See who got that completion out there. Looks like 28. Kevin Henderson. Be his first catch of the day. And it'll be a gain of 6. Third down. Clark fumbles the football off the snap, and he has to just fall on it, and it'll be fourth down. Falls on it back at the 35-yard line. So that is a loss of 3 yards. It'll make it fourth down and 7 from the 35. 5:40 to go, clock running, third quarter. Still 28-3. Clark going to boot it away on the quick kick, and it will take a quick Ocean Lakes bounce and go out of bounds. Let's see where they spot it. It's going to be near the 18-yard line. So the 3 and out. And the Dolphins will take over first and 10 at their 18. 5:29 to go here in the third quarter on this special edition of the Game of the Week here on the RVA Sports Network, presented by Titan Auto and Tire. 2 locations in Chesterfield and online at TitanAutoTire.com. That's TitanAutoTire.com. 5:29 in the third. Lancers 28, Dolphins 3. Ocean Lakes scored on their opening possession, and they haven't scored since. Jedlick, quick pass over the middle, got his man at the 25 complete. That's Land, keeping the legs churning. Finally brought down, but not before he gets first down yardage out to the 33-yard line. 15 yards, and some nice work by Tank Land after the catch. First down. Takes 8 seconds off the clock. They'll stop for a moment to move the chain. Now we get an official's timeout. I think we have one of our officials is having a cramping issue. So they're working on him real quick. They're going to give him some water. Athletic trainers check him out. We'll have a brief officials timeout with 5:21 to go in the third. Which brings up the point we haven't had any players shaken up here this afternoon, which has been fantastic. And certainly whoever comes out of this game wants all hands on deck for next week's championship. 28-3. They've started the third quarter in the 1A state semis, and it's still Riverhead 7 and Essex 0. Trojans, the 4 seed out of Region 1A, at 11 and check that at 10-3 on the season. They were 7-3 in the regular season. Won a couple late to grab the 4 seed and get a home game in round 1. They weren't even at the 4 seed with a week to play in the regular season. So they've had a really nice run here late in the year, but now Riverheads has just scored to add to their lead. It's 14-0 with 7:34 to go in the third at the Cell 2. Our faithful Essex tweeter. Appreciate him with the updates from Class 1 this afternoon. Late third quarter in Class 2, we have a quick second to update you. Goochland scored, and then East Rockingham did as well. It's 28-18 with 1:29 in the third, and then the Eagles went for an onside kick and got it. So East Rockingham has the football, down 10. Out of the officials' timeout here, first and 10 Ocean Lakes at their 32. 5:10 to go in the third quarter. Jedlick, handoff to Snowden, nothing there. Down at the 30-yard line. 54, Andre Crawley got off of his block, and there was absolutely nothing that Snowden could do about it. It'll be a loss officially of 3 back to the 30. Original line of scrimmage was the 33, not the 32, so it'll be second down and 13. Under 4:40 to go, third quarter. No scoring so far in this second half. Lancers still ahead 28-3, looking to punch their ticket to Hampton next Saturday. Jedlick looking, pump fakes, nothing there, gets out of the pocket, wants to throw deep downfield, incomplete. It was intended for Alston, and Dehaney was in coverage. And it'll be third down. Clock stops with 4:19 to go in quarter number 3. (28-3) the score. Jedlick will take it. Roll to his left. Looking, throws over the middle. Got a man, complete, and that will be enough for a first down. Across the 45 near the 47-yard line, Keyshawn Edwards on the reception. That's 17 yards. They found a hole in the defense. First down, Dolphins. They approach midfield. We come up on 4 minutes to go in the third. Blitz coming. Picked up. Jedlick rolling right. Now he's going to tuck it and try to run, but he slips on the turf and falls forward for maybe a half a yard. It'll be second and about 9.5. It's been kind of that kind of day for Ocean Lakes. Quick update from Class 5, a member of the Seatbelt Gang, the SBG on special teams. It's Tremaine Talbert, a 98-yard punt return at the end of the first quarter. It's Highland Springs 17, Maury 14. 1 quarter in the books in Class 5. Jedlick looking. The blitz comes. The pocket collapses, and he'll go down at the 41-yard line. Not a thing he could do. He never had a chance that time. That's a loss of 6. And we come up on 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. If you missed the article on the defensive secondary of Highland Springs, had just an awesome time talking to the 6 of them in the locker room on Thursday. Article is in today's edition of the Richmond Times-Dispatch, also available at richmond.com. The story of the SBG. They call themselves the Seatbelt Gang. 3rd and 16. Blitz coming. Jedlick gets it away to land complete into Manchester territory, out of bounds at the 46-yard line. It'll be 3 yards short of a first down, but it brings up a very manageable 4th down situation. 14 yards there. And 4th down, but 4th and short at the Manchester 47. So officially they need 4 yards to keep this drive alive. Down 28-3. Ocean Lake's got to get some points here. 2 minutes left, third quarter. Jedlick rolling, looking, throwing over the middle. Caught at the 40. First down, Ocean Lakes. That is Sean Boone on the reception. Took a minute to see whether that was a 5 or a 6, and that's 5. Sean Boone for the Ocean Lakes first down. Clock stops to move the chain. They'll restart it. It's at the 39-yard line. First down in Manchester territory. Jedlick back to pass. Got time this time. Dumps it over the middle. Complete to land, but for very little. He'll get a yard, and that's all to the 38. Second down. Ball near the 37, about a gain of about a yard and a half on that first down flip over the middle. Second down. Screen pass developing. It's complete to Snowden. Gets tripped at the 35, down at the 34, and then we have a penalty marker coming in. And so we'll stop the clock with 56 seconds to go in the third. It came out of the secondary, and let's see what the call will be. Could be against, Manchester. No, check it. It's an illegal block in the back against Ocean Lakes. So it's going to wipe off the completion, which would have brought a third down and manageable situation. And instead, I'm sure the Lancers are going to take the penalty and back them up and make it 2nd and long. And yet another penalty against Ocean Lakes, who's had over 100 yards marked off against them here this afternoon. 56 seconds to go in the third quarter. And 28-3. Ocean Lake scored with 6:50 to go in the opening quarter, and they have not scored since. They're back at the Manchester 44. It's 2nd and 15 after the mark-off. Jedlick rolling to his right, gets a block, throws, sideline, complete, land, out of bounds at the 32. So that's a gain of about 12. And a nice catch by Land to have the concentration to make sure he had it before he leaned out of bounds. Ball officially placed at the Manchester 33. So they get a lot of the penalty yardage back and make it 3rd down and 4. They got to get to the 29. 2 wide receivers on both sides. Snowden to the left of Jedlick on 3rd down. Delayed handoff to Snowden. He'll get the 1st down and more across the 25-yard line. That'll stop the clock to move the chain with 32 seconds to go in the third quarter. That's about an 8-yard gain for Snowden. He came in as their leading ball carrier this season, but has been held to 27 yards today. Essex has scored, and they've cut the Rivers Heads lead to 14-6 midway through the third quarter, Class 1 state semis. Jedlick rolling, looking. Now he's got to tuck it and run. Needs a block, got one inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Nice job by Jedlick to be patient and allow a block to develop, which cut him loose on the inside, back up the middle to gain 7 to end the third quarter. 3 quarters in the books here this afternoon in Virginia Beach. It is still Manchester 28, Ocean Lakes 3. The Ocean Lakes drive will continue at the Manchester 18 to start the fourth quarter. This afternoon's live and exclusive coverage of the Class 6 State Semifinal on the RVA Sports Network, brought to you exclusively by our friends at Titan Auto and Tire. 2 locations in Chesterfield to serve everyone in the greater RVA. One in South Chesterfield on Jeff Davis Highway and one in Mosley. You can check them out online, TitanAutoandTire.com. Specialties are their specialty. You have a hybrid, they can take care of you. Electric, they can take care of you. There's so much more than tires. Handle everything that you need, from repair, maintenance, from Hummers to hybrids, as they like to say. Luxury models are a specialty too. So whatever you may have, Titan likely can take care of it. TitanAutoTire.com online. That's TitanAutoTire.com. That'd be the place you want to go to start your search for your next set of tires. You can call them. Their Jeff Davis location, 524-9115. Mosley location, 739-9323. Titan Auto and Tire, our presenting sponsor here this afternoon on this special game of the week on the RVA Sports Network. We start the fourth quarter with a man in motion and a quick handoff to him, and nothing going on there. Trying to cut up the middle was Sean Boone, and he gets swallowed up for a loss of 2 back at the 20-yard line. Defense led by 53 Anthony Gary. And it'll be 2nd down and 12. 28-3, the quarter score in the third, 0-0. 28-3 was our halftime score. Manchester now 11 and a half minutes away from a trip to Hampton University next Saturday evening for a state championship. They've never played for one. Jedlick hit as he throws. Pass incomplete, intended for Holloway. It was on his right hand, and he couldn't bring it in. And Jedlick takes a huge hit as he throws the football. Jedlick is a senior. Land is a senior. Boone is a senior. Snowden is a senior. So a lot of urgency on that football field right now for the class of 2019 for the Dolphins, not wanting their season to come to an end. 11:22 to go. 4th down and 5, the Manchester 20. Can't settle for 3 here. You got to go for it. Here comes a very big play. Back to pass. Looking, left side, pass intercepted. There was a blown pattern there. Kittrell Clark was the only player at the 10-yard line. I believe that Jetlick was looking for somebody to cut in, and somebody headed toward the sideline. And by the time he threw the ball, that mistake had been made, and he couldn't bring it back. And Clark will get the interception. 2nd of the afternoon, and Manchester will take over with 11:16 to go. $11:16 left. Clark handoff on 1st down. Looked like McNeil up the middle, and it was. And a few yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Goochland drove the football. They're in the 4th quarter now at East Rockingham, but couldn't score. An interception there. East Rockingham has the football with 8 minutes left, but Goochland leads at 28-18. Trying to punch their ticket to Salem for the Class 2 state championship. They'll give it to McNeil. He'll elude one man and then get across the 15 to the 16-yard line. So McNeil for 4, then McNeil for 2, and it'll be 3rd down. Check that, McNeil for 2 and McNeil for 2, and it'll be 3rd down and 6. 10:25 to go, clock running. Handoff, 3rd down up the middle, running room, and a 1st down for Isaiah Todd across the 25 to the 29-yard line. Todd gains 13 yards. He had 12 going into that carry. And it's going to be Manchester 1st down at their own 29 and an ability to take some more off of the clock. First and 10 at the 29. 10 minutes to go. Handoff, Todd. Trying to get around right side. Got a block. Gets to the 35. Keeps the legs churning. He's still going. He's at the 40. And Isaiah Todd all the way to the 42-yard line. That is a rumble for a 1st down. Isaiah Todd for 13 hard yards. 1st down, Lancers. Late 3rd quarter, Essex down 21-6 to Riverheads. Essex down, Goochland up, Manchester up, Highland Springs by 3 after 1. The final 4 teams in the RVA. 9:30 to go. Handoff McNeil. Spins away from one man and gets across the 45 to the 46. 3 for McNeil there. Of course, KJ had the play that changed this game on the pick 6 in quarter number 2. That turned what could have been a Dolphins drive deep in Manchester territory to retake the lead into a 14-3 Manchester lead, and it's been all Lancers ever since. 2nd down to the 46, and the officials are blowing the whistle. Do we have a timeout here, or do we have an officials' time? Back judge coming in all the way to the line of scrimmage to point at something. I think we have an equipment issue is what it is, and one of the Dolphins going to have to come out and have that taken care of. That's Trayshawn Griffin. So they'll send Joey Traynor in to replace him. And now we get started again, 8:50 to go. 2nd and 7, Manchester at their 46. Handoff and upended on that run is Figueroa on his 2nd carry of the day. He'll get 1 yard. And we'll feel that one when he wakes up in the morning. 3rd down and about 6. The clock is Manchester's friend. They're keeping a friendly eye on it. 8:25 to go. Clock running. Clark wanted to pass, nothing there. Now the pocket's collapsed, and he's going to go down, and we get a penalty marker late. At the 36-yard line is where Clark goes down. That'll be a loss of 11, but we have a marker. Let's see what this is with 8:11 to go. Holding Manchester. Yeah, you'll refuse that penalty. Force the 4th down, and certainly Manchester would kick it away. East Rockingham gets a field goal. And now the margin is 7. Goochland 28-21, 5 minutes left in Augusta County for Alex Fruth, first-year head coach of the Bulldogs, trying to take them all the way to the state championship. Here it's 8:11 to go. Manchester, never been to the state semifinals, and now trying to get to their first ever state championship appearance, up 28-3, but they'll kick it away here on 4th down. Lero to punt. Let's see if they come after it. They will, to a point. It's high. Fair catch called for by Land at the 25-yard line, and Ocean Lakes will take over. 1st down and 10. So the Dolphins will take over. 7:55 remaining. Touchdown, Highland Springs Springers. It's Ahmad Foster Powell from 1 yard out, and it's now Highland Springs 24, Maury 14. They're right about halfway through quarter number 2. 6:19 to go in the half. Here, 1st and 10, Ocean Lakes at the 25-yard line, but they're down 28-3. Handoff Snowden, who slips and falls in the backfield at about the 24, and it'll be a loss of a yard. It'll be 2nd down. You hate to see any team struggle the way that Ocean Lakes has struggled today. 13-0 season, the huge win over Oscar Smith last week to finally get back to this point. Ocean Lakes, no stranger to state championship play. Manchester's never seen it. Clock is running. Took a long time to get that play off. Jedlick is going to go down. Wanted to throw a screen, and Robinson is there to swallow him up back at the 14-yard line. Alston on defense, and it's a loss of 10. Our buddy Matt Hatfield has just given us update here from the other Class 6 final. The quarterback for Westfield has been injured, and they're looking at his leg, and it does not look good. Westfield, of course, defending state champion. That would be a huge loss for them should they be able to win this afternoon over Freedom and advance to play, it looks like, Manchester. Quick out, 1st down, far side, complete across the 20 near the 22, but well short of the 1st down. It's going to be 4th down and about 12 or 13. Miles Austin on the reception. And it will be 4th down after a gain of about 9. And the reality is starting to set in on the Dolphins side of the field. And Manchester can feel it. They've just got to keep their composure and not begin to celebrate for a few more minutes. 4th down, Dolphins to punt. Get it away. It's a short kick, and it's off the side of the punter's foot. Going to go out of bounds on the far side. Manchester will get great field position. 5:37 to go. Just looking to run out the clock. Goochland has scored on a 75-yard touchdown run, and they have taken a 35-21 lead at East Rockingham with 4:47 to go in regulation there. Goochland leading, Manchester leading, Highland Springs up by 10, second quarter. Essex, the only team down right now. They're down 15, close to fourth quarter action. Clark calls his own number on first down and gets a couple to the 28-yard line. And see if the Dolphins start using timeouts or not. They may just opt and look at it and go, there's no reason to do so. Second down. And now it's just a matter of getting the last 5:15 off the clock, and Manchester will begin preparation for the Class 6 state championship next Saturday, 4:30 in Hampton. Clark looking, throwing, complete at the 25, maybe the 26-yard line. That's Majette. Short gain, and it'll be third down. So Clark with 2 touchdown passes today and 1 touchdown run. It's 3rd and 6 at the Ocean Lakes 26, and we get a penalty marker to stop things at 4:38. Encroachment against Ocean Lakes. So 12 penalties this afternoon for Ocean Lakes. And a tough way for an undefeated season to come to a close. Clark on the 3rd and short, pump fakes, looks for Harding, and we're going to get a penalty marker coming in on that one too. And it's going to be pass interference on Shakari Holloway, who had a huge game in the Oscar Smith win last week. Not 1, not 2, but 3 interceptions. And as sterling as the secondary was last week, today it's been a nightmare. 13th penalty on Ocean Lakes. By our count, Manchester has 3. Stonebridge 28, North Stafford 7. They're almost at the half. And Nick Mell, the running back for Stonebridge, has all 4 of their touchdowns. Shades of Josh Brees a few years ago, who we now see every year with Washington and Lee. Direct snap on the Wildcat to KJ McNeil. We get a penalty marker coming in here as KJ gets 2 to the 9, and we'll stop it with 4:17 to go. And there was a penalty against the Dolphins. Unbelievable. So the original line of scrimmage was the 11. They'll move it down about 5.5 yards. That'd be half the distance to the goal. And with 4:26 remaining, let's check that, 4:17 remaining. The football will be at about the 5.5 yard line. It's going to be, let's see what, should be second down. Or they're going to replay first down. That's correct. Replay first down. McNeil on the direct snap, trying to get around the corner, and will tiptoe into the end zone. Touchdown, Manchester Lancers. KJ McNeil scores on defense and now on offense. 4:04 left. And the celebration is now officially underway for Lancer Nation. We'll await the point after try from Leroy. Holds good. Snap. Kick. Up. Good. So McNeil, 5.5 yard touchdown run, 35-3. Now, on top of what was going on there a moment ago with the Freedom Westfield game, we mentioned the situation with the injury to the quarterback. Now Freedom goes up on Westfield 13-7 about midway through the second quarter. First snap with the backup quarterback, they fumbled. The starting quarterback for Westfield is out. And Freedom leads. That is still first half action. They're in the second quarter. They kicked off an hour after we did. So we'll be keeping an eye on Freedom and Westfield the rest of the way, because the winner looks like it's going to be that winner versus the Lancers of Manchester, up 35-3 with 4:04 to go. Ensuing kick will be taken at the 10-yard line. Trying to come across the field, and he'll only get to the 15. Good pursuit, special teams led by Figueroa, and it'll be 1st and 10 Dolphins. Deep in their own territory with 3:55 remaining. So Ocean Lakes will finish at 13-1. Manchester, they've never won 12. They've never won 13. And now they're going to hit the 14-win mark and get set for next Saturday at 4:30. Armstrong Stadium, Hampton University. Manchester fans, if you don't know how to get there, call a Highland Springs fan. They'll tell you how. That's where they've won their second and third in the so far 3 championship run. 35-3, first down. Dolphins at their 15. Run up the middle for 2 or 3 yards. And that's Snowden on the carry. And we mentioned all the different seniors that we've been calling their names and their numbers all afternoon. And certainly a very difficult way to go out, even though it has been a fantastic season for the Dolphins. Second down, 7. Under 3:30 to go. Back to Snowden. And nothing going that time. Brandon Flippin coming out, helping out on the stop. 74, Caleb Kearns in the fray too. No gain. Clock coming up to 3 minutes remaining. The Lancers packing their bags, getting set for next Saturday evening in Hampton. Jedlick rolling, looking, wanted to throw deep. Now he's going to take off and run and slide to the 22. So that's a gain of about 4. And at 2:35 to go, it'll bring up 4th down. So 4th down. Ocean Lakes will go for it. 2:05 to go. One final stop for the Lancers, and that'll do it. Jedlick looking, throws, intercepted. He threw it right to Brandon Majette. He was the only player near the flight of the football. And Manchester will take over with 1:51 to go. Up by 32. What an impressive performance this afternoon by Manchester. It also has to be said that they've been able to take advantage of what's been a pretty rough performance overall. After that opening drive, it looked like it could be a very good football game. And then again, the McNeil pick 6 changed everything, and the momentum never swung back to the Dolphins' side of the field. It's been all Manchester. Backups in the game now for the final couple of plays. That's Romel Garcia, number 21, taking the Wildcat snap and grabbing a few yards at 1:30 to go. They got to run maybe 2 more plays. Hugs now, coach and staff down there. Tom Hall just took off his headset. He doesn't need that anymore. The Lancer team is now looking at their fans and celebrating. 1 minute, 10 seconds to go. Manchester has fought, and especially this senior class, they have fought and sweat, and they have paid a huge price, and they have seen their season end in heartbreaking fashion to Colonial Forge each of the last 2 years, as Garcia will break tackles, get inside the 20, the 10, the 5, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Romel Garcia. Touchdown, Manchester, from 31 yards. It's 41-3. With the point after coming with 50 seconds to go. Hey, you bring them in, and if they don't wrap and tackle you, you go to the end zone. So Garcia is going to look and go, hey, I'll take a touchdown. And he's not he's certainly not a stranger to the end zone, as Matt Hatfield just pointed out to us here on his computer to our right. He's scored now 12 times this year. Talk about the ultimate garbage guy. Point after up and good. 50 seconds to go. It's 42-3. And you could not be any more sky high than the Manchester Lancers are right now. 42-3. Ocean Lakes will run a few plays, and that will do it. What a performance this afternoon. (42-3) Manchester. They won't have to go through the tunnel next Saturday. They can stop a bit short of it to head to Armstrong Stadium at Hampton University. Ensuing kick coming, and it's merely a formality now. Manchester will get the winner of Freedom and Westfield at 4:30 next Saturday afternoon for the Class 6 state championship. It will be their first state championship appearance in school history. Touchback on the Lero kick. He'll get a hug from Kwame Dehaney as he picks up the tee at the 40. Will Pritchard is celebrating. The Gatorade now has been officially pelted onto Tom Hall, his 20th season as head coach at Manchester. You think about taking over back in 1999, all the years that they had great teams that just couldn't beat LC Bird back in the old format when we only got 8 teams into the postseason in Group AAA, 4 in Division 6, 4 in Division 5. Most years, the Division 6 schools were the district champions, and then the Division 5 schools got the wild cards. And there were so many years where Manchester fell just short because they couldn't beat LC Bird. Then when we had the reclassification in 2013, it opened things up and gave them an opportunity to make the playoffs and start experiencing them and help them build to this moment. And after 2 years falling short at the state quarterfinal level, the Manchester Lancers are going to breeze through the semis and head to the championship game. There is one play left. Clock at 15. They may not even have to run this play. Let the celebration begin in Chesterfield County. The Manchester Lancers are 14-0, and they will play for the first time in school history for a Class 6 state championship next Saturday. They give Ocean Lakes a 3-0 lead, and they score the final 42 unanswered. 42-3 is your final here today in Virginia Beach. Teams now, of course, lining up for the traditional handshakes at the end. And Manchester has punched their ticket to Hampton for next Saturday's championship. 42 unanswered points the play of the game, the KJ McNeil pick six that turned a 7-3 game with Ocean Lakes deep in Manchester territory into a 14-3 game. And Manchester just breezed from there, and just a struggle today for Ocean Lakes with so many penalties, so many mistakes. And that just played right into Manchester. And they took full advantage. Lancers 42. Ocean Lakes 3. And it's on to Hampton. Next Saturday, 4:30 is the kickoff time for the Class 6 State Championship. And Manchester will take on the winner of Westfield and Freedom. And that game is coming up toward halftime. Fans, before you go, take a few minutes and go through the scores here as we have them real quick. And the Lancers are coming over. First to the cheerleaders and now to the students section down here below us. We turn the crowd mic up and you can hear them. They are going berserk. And rightfully so. It's been a long time coming. But the Manchester Lancers are rolling into the state championship next Saturday afternoon in Hampton. They are 14-0, and they do it in dominant fashion. Brendan Clark, a touchdown run. That took the 7-3 lead that Manchester never relinquished. Then the pick six we alluded to McNeil from 62 yards that made it 14-3 early second quarter and completely changed the complexion of the game. You have to understand, fans, Ocean Lakes had just received the football after a punt at the Manchester 33-yard line. So they had a chance on a short drive to retake the lead. And they had some very good success early on in the game, especially in the drive that ended with the field goal, being able to do the quick outs on the sidelines. And they tried another one, and McNeil saw it coming, stepped in front of the receiver, grabbed it, and went to pay dirt, far sideline. Nobody could touch him. And suddenly it was 14-3, and that changed everything. 2 touchdown passes for Brendan Clark in the second quarter, 28-3 in the half. And then the Dolphins were just never able to get on track in any way, shape, or form from an offensive standpoint, in a very disappointing way for them to end the season at 13-1 overall. But for the Lancers, it's brand new territory. They have never been to a state championship game. That will change next Saturday, 4:30. And that'll be in Hampton, at Hampton University. So the winner of Freedom Westfield will take on Manchester next Saturday in Hampton for the Class 6 state title. And the celebration continues down on the field. All right, fans, let's get you caught up on a few other scores just before we wrap things up here this afternoon. And, of course, stay with us on Twitter for updates of everything else going on. There are 9 seconds left in the first half at Varina High School, and Maury has scored to cut the Highland Springs lead to 3. It's 24-21, Highland Springs. With 9 seconds left before the break, it's been a wild first half in the Class 5 state semis. Winner of that one is likely going to get Stonebridge. They were up big on North Stafford at last check. And the last time that we see the score there, it was 28-7. And if we see an update on that before we bid you a good afternoon, we will get you posted on that. Looking for and got it. It just came across. Congratulations to the Goochland Bulldogs. They are going to play for the Class 2 state championship next Saturday in Salem. Goochland to 14-0. Final score, 35-21. Goochland wins the Class 2 state semifinal. And in his first season as Goochland head football coach, Alex Fruth, who we had on RVA Locals Only, live on ESPN Richmond yesterday morning with Bob Black and Andrew Wallace on the Black and Drew Sports Huddle. He is going to lead the Bulldogs, Devin McCray and company, into their first state championship game in 6 years. They won it all for Coach Joe Fowler back in 2012, and they will look to do it again. Congratulations, Goochland. 35-21 winners over Rockingham, East Rockingham. And Goochland goes to the state championship next week. That's also a 4:30 start in Salem. So at this hour, here's where we stand, fans. Manchester rolls today here in Virginia Beach. They will play the winner of Freedom Westfield at 4:30 next Saturday afternoon at Armstrong Stadium at the campus of Hampton University for the Class 6 state championship. It is Manchester's first state championship appearance in school history. The Goochland Bulldogs have clinched a 35-21 win over East Rockingham to return to the Class 2 state championship for the first time since 2012. And they will play next Saturday, 4:30 in Salem against the winner of Radford and Graham. That game still going on. That was a 2 o'clock kick. And they've hit the half at Varina High School. And at the Class 5 state semifinals, Highland Springs 24 and Maury 21. Crazy first half there. Highland Springs will get the football to start the second half. And we can tell you now that it looks very likely that it's going to be, and we'll double check this just to make sure. Looks very likely it's going to be Graham that takes on Goochland next week, because Graham and Radford, they've hit the half, and Graham leads 48-0. Holy cow. So Graham leading big. Looks like it'll be them and Goochland in Class 2. They're down to under 2 minutes to go at Riverheads, and Essex is down, and it looks like the Trojan season is going to come to an end at the Class 1 state semifinals. Highland Springs has work to do. They're up 3 at the half. They get the football to start the second half, but Maury is giving them everything they've asked for and more. Highland Springs 24, Maury 21. Fans, a big thank you as we get ready to say a good afternoon and make our way back to the RVA to our friends at Titan Auto Tire. They have been so kind to be the presenting sponsor of our live exclusive coverage of the Class 6 state semifinal this afternoon. 2 locations. First, you can check them out online at TitanAutoTire.com. That's TitanAutoTire.com. 2 locations, one in South Chesterfield and one in Mosley. They've got you covered at Titan Auto and Tire. Hybrid, Hummer, electric, regular sedan, SUV, whatever you have, whatever car service you need, tires you need, Titan has you covered. They're the Chesterfield's first choice for hybrid and electric car repair. They offer complete repair and maintenance for BMWs, Lexus, other luxury makes and models. And they make sure at Titan that all of their technicians understand your car bumper to bumper, inside and out. From dash lights to tires, they'll fix them all. Titan Auto, Titan Tire, they've got you covered. And again, 2 locations in Chesterfield, South Chesterfield, Jeff Davis Highway, and Western Chesterfield in Mosley. TitanAutoTire.com. And you can call them also. South Chesterfield, 524-9115, 524-9115. Mosley location, 739-9323. That's 739-9323. And a big thank you to Titan Auto and Tire for being our presenting sponsor here this afternoon. Big thanks to John Williams of Virginia Beach Public Schools and everyone who made us feel so comfortable here at the Sportsplex at the beach this afternoon. Manchester will have a very happy ride back west on I-64 to Chesterfield County, and then they'll turn the page and get ready for either Freedom or Westfield Manchester's going to the state championship for the first time in school history. Your final score, Manchester 42 and Ocean Lakes 3. For everyone at the RVA Sports Network, Rob Witham saying thank you so much for being with us. We bid you a very pleasant good afternoon from Virginia Beach, Virginia.